extremely competitive. And when you talk about the new, in my opinion, the new top tiers, I know it takes time for like people to like crown people and all that. I think Fonz has been top tier for the like past 2 years, honestly, truthfully. But in terms of like the newer guys that's going to take the guard, I feel like Fonz is one of them, and I feel like he's going to be a perennial performer against John. And I think John is going to have a great performance too. So yeah, man. I wasn't expecting like the negative comments behind John and Fonz. I thought this was a battle that everybody wanted to see. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know.
I mean, they said they wanted battles with storyline and some type of hype, and I feel like John and Fonz have done that.
I'm so sorry. These niggas are dreaming on a star, talking about, what this last thing. Like this. These are the matchups we got. Be okay with them, you know?
No, but I will say I think the reason Nome is getting some type of criticism or at least a little bit hate, a little backlash is it doesn't have that shiny main event. So I think one of the Gnomes was Loaded Lux versus Sue Surf, Loaded Lux versus Averb. Like I think like it needed some deluxe.
But at the same time, really quick. But at the same time, though, right? Like I feel like I just feel like I know times are different, but like I think I forget who made this point, but Nome 6, right? I think it actually was Friends. Shout out to Friends. He made this point. He was like, "Yo, like when Nome 6 came around, nobody was complaining about Briz, and even though we didn't know Chess and Av were going to be on there, but nobody was complaining about Briz and T-Top being on the card, specifically T-Top and Surf being the main event. So like." I don't like the shiny main event one. I do feel like the past couple of years, yes, like we've gotten Lux on a Nome, we've gotten other top names, but like even still, like I think I thought that Rock and Sikh got the praise that it was supposed to get, but I'm still not understanding why Fonz and John was like the one where they're just like, oh no, we don't like that one. I'm like, what do you mean? I don't know. But I think Rock and Sikh was it. I thought Rock and Sikh was like, honestly, I think Rock and Sikh is the main event. I know Geechi and
Geechi and Rex
marketed as that one, but
you gotta think they've been.
I mean, but because you gotta have me so on point, you know. So
they've been promoting Geechi and Rex for a minute. So like they came out at one of these events. So
yeah, that's what Homecoming too.
Yeah, they've been holding on to that for a minute. So that's definitely the main event to me, at least.
But don't you feel like Rock and Sikh's a bigger battle?
No, it's not a bigger battle.
You don't think that's the bigger battle?
I think Geechi. We're not saying the better battle. I think the better battle is Rock and Sikh.
I'm not saying better. I'm saying bigger.
I think
you don't feel like there's more stakes to that battle.
No, I think there's more. Wait. There's more. Wait. Hold on. I don't want to confuse them. There's more stakes to Rock and Sikh. I agree. But in terms of bigger, in terms of a spectacle, in terms of what can happen on a stage, in terms of it being in New York, I think Rex and Geechi is a bigger battle. You gotta think Geechi battled Murder Mook on that same stage. Yes. Geechi battled Sirius Jones. Now he's coming back to go against Rex. If there's 3 people that gets love in New York, I'm assuming one of them gotta be Rex. When it's time for real, I think one of them is Rex. If not 3, he's top 5. That's supposed to get like the staples from New York. It's Rex. Especially now, it's Rex. So he might have to face those hard conditions like he faced versus Murder Mook. We'll see. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with that.
It's a bigger battle.
I think the stakes are highest in the Chess versus Yunus battle. More
I'm not mad at that.
Battle, like that's on the card.
When you say this, when you said the stakes is, you saying the stakes are the highest for Chess and Yunus? You think?
Yeah, I think more than anybody on the card. You know what I'm saying? To like have a stellar performance for real. You know what I'm saying? Like they have the most weight on their shoulders individually and collectively as a battle to, you know what I'm saying, perform at the highest level.
Bad Money just said that's the make it or break it battle.
I mean, that's the only battle that's make it or break it in a sense, right? Because again, if Yunus fails, like he said himself, he falls back to the back of the line. You know what I'm saying? I feel like when he battled Franchise and then he lost that one, you could see you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you gotta go back over here. I think if he beat Franchise, he would have got that placement. You fast forward to this year, he got the placement. Everything aligned perfectly for him. So it's like if you lose to Chess and he dominates you, it's like a bad. They gonna push you back over there. Possibly, yeah, I agree. If Chess loses, if Chess messes up, it's not a good look, but it's the reality is
I do feel like the stakes are one-sided.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
So I
don't
can
think so. I think Chess in New York on a big stage, being the person, you know what I'm saying, that Yunus is to the culture now, back when he was younger than Yunus.
Yeah. I respect that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's weight. You
Wait.
what I'm saying? In a conversation, in a dialogue that Chess can have with Yunus, you know what I'm saying, about
I agree.
In the position that he's in. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. I agree.
Proving he's more seasoned on the big stage.
Wait. I agree. Wait. I agree with everything you said. Wait. I agree with everything you said. So if Chess loses, right, or he messes up, what's next for Chess?
I think maybe the culture finally gives up on.
No, they don't, bro. The culture don't give up on nobody, bro. They don't. They don't, bro. No. Cancel what? Cancel who? Like, no.
Chess, go ahead, Black. I'm sorry.
I'm saying, like, there's no cancellation. There's no time heals everything in battle rap, bro. You could do some of the worst shit, whatever it is. Give yourself 2-3 months and you good. You good.
I agree with that. I mean, I heard Ani Boom was making a comeback. You know what I mean? So.
Oh man.
I won't disagree with that at all.
I'm just saying.
Hey, how y'all doing? But I heard the words cancellation, give up, Chess, and last time do not belong in the same sentence together. We've been here since 2013 at the Gramercy Theater when he battled fucking. Like, come on, bro. Nobody's getting up on
they're
Chess.
saying in 2015.
I'm not saying I am.
And we're not saying we're not saying that Chess is about to mess up or do better. Actually, I think this is going to be probably one of the best Chess. Let me get that out there. I'm just saying, if he does mess up, it's not over. We're talking about weight. It's not over for Chess. At the end of the day, again, he's still Chess.
I ain't gonna lie though, Chess ain't had a clean performance on a New York big stage yet.
Oh, he kind of did though.
He did.
He did. It just got canceled.
Versus who?
Versus Rex. I mean, he was good.
No, we have to assume that he was gonna come all three.
But again, for the round that he was in, he was good.
Yes, we have to assume that. You can't just say, "Oh, the battle got like."
Well, but to Jeremiah's point though, like he still had to be completed for it to be like under the belt for Chess.
Then versus DNA first round versus Av.
He was 14
third round
years old. What were you
Tay
doing
Roc,
at 14?
third round, I mean, you know.
I mean, but still.
Probably playing Pokemon.
On big stages in New York from Chess that are some of the biggest moments in battle rap.
That's a fact. His first round for Rock is one of the best
every
Nome rounds.
Into the
shit, I mean, in the climate we in now, Chess versus Saga, I feel like he was good in that one. He had a burp. That wasn't a mess up. He burped.
a big stage.
And for the times we in now, yes, it was. For the times we in now, for the times we in now, that was a big stage.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Small.
It was black before the locks. You know what I'm saying? It was black before the locks. You know, you was just wearing caps to events and shit.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah. Go ahead, Tito.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Everybody good?
What's up? What's going on, champ?
Hey, hope y'all living life good. I mean, y'all already know where I'm gonna go with this, with Chess. You know what I'm saying? I see a lot of points, but I don't hear a lot of people picking Chess, though. Is anybody picking Chess? I mean, I don't know.
Give me a minute on the clock. Can I get a minute? Can I get a minute? I got Chess 2-1.
I think that.
I say the first round you can chalk.
Here's the thing. I think there's no scenario. Okay, I'm not gonna say no scenario. I think it's very unlikely that this is a bad battle. I think either
I agree.
We get like an amazing battle that everyone's gonna have to follow, and they both snap, or Chess might go up there and get cooked. I don't see a scenario where Geechi goes up there, knowing what he knows, as prepared as he's been, you know, and all the things y'all been talking about. I don't see how. At least last scenario is that Yunus goes up there and is
breaking up a little bit, champ. You're breaking up, Tito.
I think the 50-50 to be real. He could be really fire. I hope he's fire. But if he's fire, I think it's, you know what I'm saying? I think it's a close battle. I just don't see the most likely scenario is that, you know what I'm saying? Yunus goes up there, messes up.
We gonna see if that's me, y'all. Because nobody's stopping him and saying he sounds a little off to me. So I'm gonna refresh my stuff and go back to the space. But I shout out to Yunus. I have Chess 2-1. I have Chess 2-1, and I think Chess is gonna be him on that stage. So, despite everything that we're saying in the space, I got Chess having a good performance. You know what I'm saying? I'll reconnect to the space. There we go.
This shit can go either way.
Are we forgetting that Yunus loses to street niggas? Like, did we forget that Yunus loses to a lot of street niggas? Like,
Antonio, to your point, I do feel like there's certain things you can exploit going against Yunus. If you get in his grill a little bit, if you have like a little bit more of a stronger projection and performance, 100%. But the thing is, though, is that I think that a lot of times, Chess will have like the higher hives of the battle. I don't even like using the word high. I don't even like using that phrase. But he might have.
No,
like,
it makes sense. That makes sense, bro.
He might have the peak of the battle, but that doesn't necessarily mean he wins the battle more often than not, though. And that's the thing. And I feel like I'm a person that actually am edging Yunus 2-1 because I do feel like there's going to be a circumstance where a star is born, and I feel like he's a person that is going to be his very best all three. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like there's a case where Chess will have round of the battle. But I think when it comes to winning 2 of the 3 rounds, I think Yunus is going to do that 100%. But at the same time, I do feel like this is there's slight things that Chess can exploit against Yunus, whether it be the slogans. He has like 3 slogans he can use within his first round, second and third round. You know what I'm saying? I think he's a better performer. I think that he's also a person that will probably translate better to the New York audience off the strength of just being a New York native, right? But I think on the other end, I do think that, in my opinion, I do feel like Yunus has a way of matching his opponent's energy, right? Like even after like franchise gave that second round, right? I do feel like he fought back in the third and took that round, right? So I feel like if there's a world where, you know, Chess sets the tone and goes first, Yunus may be able to match that tone. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like he's going to use that to his advantage. Yeah, man. I'm just a believer that Yunus is going to like show the world why he's up next. You know what I'm saying? But if you're going off of like, if you're going off of like evidence, then I can understand why someone is choosing Chess to win. But I am saying that, like, again, I've seen Chess plenty of times have the round of the battle and not win. So
Yeah.
All right. Real quick.
Who's next? Who's
we
next?
Talked earlier, so
I don't know what y'all heard and what y'all didn't hear.
One at a time, please. Who's next?
Go ahead, Tito.
My fault. Y'all can hear me, though.
Good.
Okay, we can hear you.
I just want to make sure y'all can hear.
And after Tito, we got Bad Money.
Because it cut out. Hello, can y'all hear me or not?
We can hear you good. Can y'all hear me?
Oh, no. No, I can hear you. I just want to. Did y'all hear me earlier? Because it got out, and I couldn't hear.
Tito, you choppy, dude.
You choppy again.
Yeah, you choppy.
Choppy again.
We hear you too, Black.
All right, Bad Money. We're gonna put on you for now. So he good.
Lang, you reminded me earlier today when we talked. Where is this battle taking place?
yeah, the Gramercy, and this is where Chess kind of had like his outside of UFF. This is where Chess really introduced himself to the world against DNA and Rookies vs. Vets. And it's another historical building for the NY. I know a lot of people look at Urban Plaza as the historical building, but Gramercy has had some amazing stuff happen in that building as well.
And I'm glad you said that, so I can lead in with this. At the end of the day, we've been seeing Yunus in pit style battles, and I tell you all the time,
the culture,
and
low-key,
the culture. Period. Yeah, the culture. This is big stage. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not like a room full of people that you might be familiar with. That are at all your battles at the end of the day. There's certain lines that are going to hit harder in a small room than they will in a big room. And how is somebody who's inexperienced at being in a big room? I'm not saying he's not capable of doing it, but this happens to everybody. When that one line that you thought was going to blow the roof off, just hit like with a, you know what I'm saying? That can like mess up your momentum. You know what I'm saying? And your confidence going into stuff. So there's so many different ways that this shit can play out, and both of them have a lot to prove. And Yunus is a terrific rapper, and he has to show that he can adapt to the big stage and master, what it is. And Chess knows a lot about doing that.
I mean, he has been in a big room before. A few times in the UK. It's not the same as Euro, of course, but I mean, he's been.
You said what? You said what?
Move all around
Say that again.
I mean, I know it's different, but still, he's been there.
What you say?
He's been on big stages in the UK. He has.
You guys say it with your chest, bro. I'm trying to hear what you. You say Yunus was on. Did what? Say that again, bro.
He was on a big stage in the UK. He's been there before.
Tito, you good? You ready?
I don't know. Am I good?
I didn't say it was the same thing.
As I'm saying, Tito, Tito's good now. Go ahead.
All right. No, but I heard. I'm saying that money. I definitely. Like I said, man. I think that this battle. I love this battle. I think this battle. But here's the thing: when it comes to Yunus and not gonna say skill wise, but there's a certain mentality. Yunus really, you could tell he's one of these people who learns and applies from every battle. He's a student of the game, much in a similar way, like a real Sikh. You know what I'm saying? Like, not to say that they're in skill the same, but what I'm saying is you could tell very evidently, battle to battle, that they're getting better. And that's dangerous. That's a dangerous, place to be, where you could tell somebody who's already pretty good is getting 5% better, 6% better every time you see them. And that, it starts to add up. And that only comes from, being a student of the game. And I think that obviously nothing is going to teach you more than experience. But I mean, what you're talking about definitely is applicable. You know what I'm saying? How can you know what's going to hit in the but Yunus is the type of person to go back and look over his material and let as many people hear his rounds as possible to make sure,
That's
especially
dope.
those people who have been there. You know what I'm saying? Let's put it this way: he go out before the battle. He go outwork Chess. That does not. You know what I'm saying? That's not. Even in the question, it's just a matter of is that going to matter when we get to the actual day? So you know what I'm saying. But I still got Yunus 2-1. But I hope this is going to be the second best battle of the night, because I already know what I think the best battle is going to be.
All right, I'm gonna speak real fast before that Primo go. Shout out to this listener, man. One of the GOATs. You got to check with him basically 3 times a week. You know what I'm saying? The what he does, his content is just that level. Shout out to Letterman, PSA Hip Hop. I stumbled across gold in watching what he put out with Chess. And I feel like I can speak on the angles that might pop up, because Chess put it out. He's letting you know what's coming. The same thing with Fonz. Fonz I'm gonna talk about this, that, and that. Prepare for it, nigga. Try to block it. So, in the second half of the interview with the Letterman, Chess is saying, listen, bro.
Yeah.
You a virgin, bro. All right? In New York, right? Which I feel like Yunus did a great job accounting before, but in New York, if Chess starts out with that, and he goes into deep, I feel like he has to figure out a way to counter that at an epic level before on the 22nd. Because you got to think, shout out to Jazz, shout out to Official. Jazz was actually good that battle, bro.
Yeah.
Go back and watch it. But what deflated her was the fact that Official did what she did. What if in 2025, Yunus, Chess does a better job with that against Yunus, as opposed to one line? I'm just saying, in New York.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing I will say, I know Primo wants to go, but one thing I will say is that, yes, he has that to his disposal, but one thing
he said it's coming. He said he's going to do it.
Listen.
I get it. I see what you did there. I get it.
Oh,
the weakness of both battlers, though, is their long-windedness. So he would have to package it up in a pretty proficient way for it to be extremely effective. Because yes, he very well could use that, and it very well could work. But it's a matter of the execution, because I've seen Chess have, like, again, great round, amazing, doing great, and then like 5 minutes carries on and he's completely loses steam. You know what I'm saying? So,
That's
but
true.
that is a good point.
Primo, let Primo go, and then we let Tito go again.
Listen, am I the only one kind of getting Summer Madness 11 vibes from this battle, man? Kind of easy versus Chess vibes.
Yeah, that's why they got to do a face-off, I believe.
Not
Yeah.
particularly.
They have to.
I'm really getting that feel, kind of the up-and-comer, give them Chess. And to me, this is potential to be one of those type of battles, man. I think Yunus is the underdog in this. And to me, this is the first time Chess on a big stage like this can really, like, talk down or kind of little boy his opponent. And I only mean in age. I don't mean, like, you know, personally on a stature level, but to where he can kind of speak that I'm teaching you something kind of lingo. And I think that could play into this battle right here and give it a different look in New York. I think it's a 2-1 Chess. I think Yunus, you know, speaking of what Lang just said, I've seen the same thing happen to Yunus. Come out really strong with the first round, and then starts to tail off and lose steam in his rounds. With the intricacy of the round, with the details of the round. So I think in the building, it's going to feel a lot different. I'm curious to see what Yunus can do on a stage like that. But right now, man, just off of veteranship, I got to go Chess 2-1.
Yeah. Yeah, before I let somebody else go 1 second, I think the beauty of this battle, you would say Nitty is a bigger opponent than Chess. You would say that JC, in a sense, in certain circumstances, is a bigger opponent than Chess. But look at the place that you're in. When it's New York, night of main events against Chess on this stage, this is his biggest moment right now. Fuck whoever else you battle. No, this is it. This is it. All right, Tito, I'll let you go now. Go ahead, Tito.
Yeah, I was just gonna say one last thing because I know we got a lot of battles to go through. But look, y'all talking about the long-wittedness, and I understand that. But you know what I'm saying? Lang knows what I'm about to say. But Lang, what is my biggest problem with Chess? And what do I think?
Everybody's biggest problem.
No, it's not consistency.
Editing.
Chess is the worst editor, bro. Chess's editing is atrocious sometimes. When it's bad, it's really bad. But Yunus has proven that he can get long-winded at times. But his editing problems, I think, have been historically due to inexperience and not due to skill. Chess, that's who he is. At this point, we got to acknowledge he's just a bad editor in general. But you could tell Yunus's editing has gotten better. And I think that on a big stage, the number one skill after, you know what I'm saying, obviously your material and your consistency, the number one thing that wins battles on big stages is editing. That's the number one thing. So yeah, that's what I got to say about that.
You don't feel like, I don't know, I feel like at a certain point in time, Chess has gotten a little bit better with editing, especially like recently. Like, it ain't been as bad as it used to be.
All right, cool. All right, so now he has a D plus in editing as opposed to an
D plus.
All right, cool.
That's a lot.
I don't think it's that bad. We're not doing that.
I'm about to say,
especially after seeing the Swan battle.
No,
I'm not. I can't do that.
Black. This would have been a perfect time for a compendium.
I agree.
That would have been a perfect time to do. But
y'all want that for Chess and Yunus?
Yeah.
I mean, we can do. I mean, we ain't got that much time, but we can for sure do that. And I was gonna say that, because as much as me and Black go back and forth, I do gotta give him his flowers for this one, right? Because you phrased, I think you coined this phrase, I want to say 2014, 2015.
Damn.
I think it's momentum rapper, right?
Yeah. I've been saying that a lot.
I feel like Chess can be put in that bubble too, because once he starts, that's my only fear though, right? Because I did say that Chess probably has the aptitude to have round of the battle, but may not necessarily win the battle. I will say that the first round is going to be very telling of how the battle is going to go. I think that if Yunus weathers the storm in the first round, he's going to be okay. But if he crumbles, then it'll be a long night. But my question would then be, how many dominant big stage performances have we seen from Chess in the grand scheme of things? Because that's the thing that's kind of the disconnect for me, is because it's yes, he has maybe more experience, but I don't think there's been times where I just felt like he completely outclassed somebody on the stage.
I ain't gonna lie.
But hold on, chat again. To go to 3 Letterman's interview, the 3 Letterman's interview, when chess battles, folks, is low key at their best. One of the best easies we've seen. How can you dominate niggas that's at their best?
By being clearly better.
And who does that? Who does that?
K-Shine.
Against who?
I got K-Shine got a lot.
K-Shine got some legendary big stage performances.
No, I'm saying against somebody at their best. Who?
Nitty.
He didn't dominate that. He didn't dominate Nitty.
No, I'm saying No, you all know I got Nitty win that, but I just meant you asked me to name people.
I'm saying somebody that dominated someone else at their best. That's what I'm saying on a big stage.
Oh.
It doesn't happen like that. It really doesn't happen like that. So I'm saying it's for chess. Chess is.
I would argue Sikh beat the shit out of Ward when Ward was damn near as good as he could be.
That wasn't a big stage though.
I get what you're saying.
I get Black's point because I do feel like usually when I think the most body bags usually happen on a big stage because there's like I don't know what it is, but like historically most of like the most damaging body bags have been on a big stage, 100%. So it does take like somewhat of a phenomenon, whether it be like your opponent losing momentum or losing confidence midway through the battle or so on and so forth. But here's the thing: I don't think anyone's going to get dominated in this battle. Quite honestly, I feel like it will be a 2-1 preferential situation. But at the same time, like I don't know if it's a situation where I can just say 2-1 clear chess way. I think it's going to be debatable. But I think Yunus is going to be the one to kind of clearly take 2 rounds, though. I know that sounds crazy, but like. I don't know. Like I just think that it's going to be Yunus's chance to kind of like show people why he's the new star.
Okay.
What's next?
One.
We can go to a shout out to iBattle. They're here too as well. Shout out to them on Wild too.
Sir.
Rock and real sick. Let's have a conversation.
Oh my God.
Here's the thing about this battle. Really quick. This battle is, again, I went on record saying I feel like this battle is like the biggest battle on the card, in my opinion. I think from the standpoint of like where Sikh is at, where Rock is currently at, you know, to me this is the biggest battle on the card. But I got Rock 2-1, but this is going to be another dogfight. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like this is a situation where I know I'm kind of going against what I kind of said before with the Chess and Yunus pick, but I think that Rock is completely different. I think that the motivation that he's going to have going into the battle in New York on a big stage, Gramercy Theater, and truthfully, I think he has a lot of ammunition considering that like Sikh has been calling himself the best battle rapper in the world the past year and a half. So I don't think he's going to take that too kindly. And yeah, man, it's just. Yeah, like that's going to be a great battle, but like I have Rock 2-1. It's hard to go against Rock in New York on a big stage, and I feel like his proficiency level in New York is probably better than the New York natives, honestly. So yeah, so I got Rock 2-1.
That's why they hated him. Anybody else? Who's next? Who's next? Talk to me.
I'll go ahead. I got Rock 2-1. I think Sikh on the Euro big stage, he hasn't had the most experience with that, and I feel like
Disaster.
His first time in New York is going to be a little tedious. I feel like he's still going to do great either way. It's just I feel like it's going to be a little tedious with the experience of Tay Roc, and that's just pretty much it. But I do feel like this is going to be a very great battle, bordering on classic. If I do say so myself, I think this is going to be really great. It's just I think Rock is going to do a little bit more, and I feel like that momentum on that stage is really going to show.
Okay, Tito?
All right. Look, bro, I'll tell you right now, if there's anybody historically who has... I think you can make the argument that no battle rapper proved more in the last 2 to 3 years than Real Sikh. I like Real Sikh has become elite. And y'all want to know? Y'all remember what battle specifically could you mark as the breaking point for before and after for his journey? Do y'all know which battle? I'm thinking about?
K-Shine.
K-Shine. Y'all think he's gonna let that happen again? Look, Tay Roc is the greatest battle rapper of all time. Y'all know how I feel about that. I got real sick 2-1. I got real sick 2-1.
Ain't Roc your favorite battle rapper?
Nah.
Okay.
He up there though. He up there.
I thought Roc
is
was
the greatest battle rapper of all time though. He the GOAT.
Okay.
To me. He not my favorite, but he the GOAT. He definitely my top 3. He the GOAT though. Okay. But this battle in particular is all about motivation for me. I think in New York, you know what I'm saying? I think in Roc is incredible in New York. It's a big stage. I think if you look at the trajectory of where these two have gone the last year or so, they both have stellar performances. I do think, this is me, I think I've seen better performances by a hair from Sikh over the last year than I have Roc. I think that the big stage is a great equalizer.
I disagree.
Huh?
I disagree with your last statement, sir, but go ahead, continue.
All right, that's fine. I think that Roc has been incredible. I think Sikh has been incredible. But I think in this particular matchup, motivation is going to be the determining factor. And I know Sikh not going to let these flashbacks from K-Shine happen again. And he knows that this is the most important battle of his life. He knows that. And I think that having a moment where he knows, he's got to know he's the real main event. Shout out to Geechi. Shout out to this is the main event. This is the battle that people are going to be watching over and over again. And I think that he knows that. And I think that Roc knows that he knows that. So Roc don't go crazy. And so I think this battle has classic written all over it. I'll say it right now. But for me, I understand it will be an upset. If Real Sikh clearly beats Tay Roc, that is an upset. I've never picked against Tay Roc in my life. But I'm going to do it here. I got Real Sikh 2-1.
Y'all go ahead and quote it. We got people that calling Tay Roc the GOAT, and they also have him losing clearly.
I didn't say clear.
Oh, you didn't say? My fault.
I didn't say
I'm in my face-off mode, bro, because we ain't getting. I'm in instigation mode. Pardon me, my fault, man.
You might get somebody else. You're not gonna get me. You know better.
I've been waiting to instigate some shit, man. So pardon me, my fault. Let me see. I don't know who was next.
I think it was Primo.
Go ahead, Primo.
Man, I'm expecting a really good battle right here. Real Sikh's performance against Ilmac was solid on Apollo. He's deserving of this battle. I'm glad to see him still getting these types of plays. I think I agree with Lang earlier. This could have been the main event to me easily. Even if that's just for Tay Roc, even if that's just a courtesy for Tay Roc in that regard. But that's no slight to Rex and Geechi. History has taught me not to bet against Tay Roc. So I think Tay Roc knows what's in front of him. Real Sikh's one of those opponents that always gets the best version of the other opponent.
Yeah.
And Tay Roc is one of those opponents who's always the best version. So it's a perfect storm for Tay Roc. I think Real Sikh's gonna do really well. I don't think it'll be a shy situation, but I mean, we've seen even against Twerk, we've seen even against. I'm trying to think of some other names where Real Sikh was on the big stage and the other opponent was just
Stay. Yeah.
The other opponent was just a little bit better. So Tay Roc's hard to beat, man. So I got to go with Tay Roc 2-1, man. But dope battle.
Okay, I think Hawko Flavor is next. Then we go to Bad Money. Then we go to Jay Black.
All right, so I'm gonna say this real quick. I never thought of this battle until it got announced, and when it got announced, I was like, I am here for it. Do you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Truthfully, it's a home game for what's my man's name? For Real Sikh on the low. It's a home game for him. He's only 10 minutes away from his house. What do you mean?
Oh, this ain't no home game for no real. What y'all don't do that.
What are you talking
This ain't no home game. Like who? This is the first time that's ever been said. I'm pretty sure you're the first nigga to say that.
Black Sikh did say that, like he with him being like in New York for the first time, he does feel like he's close in proximity, and it kind of does feel like one for him. He did say that on 3's show.
Well, Real Sikh. Wait, Real Sikh. I disagree with you, Real Sikh. I disagree with you, real sick. You personally, I disagree with you, real sick. Go ahead, though. My fault.
All I know is that people were saying they're battling Philly when they were actually battling in Jersey. So like, and I had to pick
Here we
Jersey to
go.
battle. You know what I'm saying?
Here we go. If anything, this is a home game for Rock.
Yeah,
It's a home game for Rock, nigga.
Philly, everywhere a home game for Rock.
Just telling you right now.
God, that boy can battle in the Sahara. It's a home game. God damn.
Okay, well, I'm just saying. I think Sikh's gonna be at home once again. You know, and this is his first one.
Once again.
No, what I mean is once again. I'm saying that statement.
Oh, you once again? Okay.
Mm-hmm. And this is his first one, and he got a goodie on his head. Ooh, a legend. Go.
Yeah. Who you got? Who you got?
With all that being said, I might have to go with Brother Rock though, 2-1 in a battle that's going to be debatable at the end of the night. Like at the end of the night, it'll be 2-1 either way. But my prediction going into it, I got Rock 2-1.
Before Bad Money go, can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
But y'all think Real Sick can win, right?
Of course he can win.
Yes,
yeah,
of course.
Yeah, but and historically on a big stage, it's taking like great performances like to do that. And I feel like he's gonna have to deliver that. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like you're not really beating Rock with anything less than that. You know what I'm saying? Like it took Goods having to put the cup down to make the battle close against Rock on the big stage.
Talk your shit, man. Talk your shit.
Around his life, you know what I'm saying, to have that battle. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
So Lang, let me ask you this: 5-minute rounds from Sikh, 3.5-minute rounds from Rock. Who wins?
Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that?
I'm about to say Rock is not drinking the half. So
what do you?
Rock rapping his ass off.
Rock don't give us short rounds. Y'all complained last year because he rapped long in one round.
Rock versus Big K.
What are you talking about?
It was a whole scandal.
Yo, talk to him, Froze.
So I don't think we ever have to ask if
2024 run. I think Rock is in a new bag for 2025 as far as his.
If you think that anybody's timing Rock when we all know Real Sick gonna rap his ass off, you are fucking.
And not only that too. Like I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm just trying to figure out like when has he displayed any? Like I can't remember too many battles where I watched with Tay Roc, big battles, sub-league battles, where I felt like shorthanded.
Never.
Right? That's not even like a thing with him. Like, so
not my goat.
The only time I felt shorthanded with a Tay Roc big stage battle was probably maybe from Nitty.
And you said maybe, right?
Because they was about to fight.
Maybe.
That's the only reason why.
Like,
bro, some of his best material, like that he's ever are from one rounders. Some of his most iconic things are from one rounders.
The Bad News battle.
Like I'll get the stopwatch out, but I feel like we're talking about standard 4:30, no crowd reaction.
He not about to have a short round, bro.
They're gonna be up there for a while.
And he put I was gonna say over under. We might be able to put some odds out, Jay Black, on that being the longest battle of the night. Like,
it might be.
I guarantee it will.
And it's not just going to be because of Real Sick.
Yeah,
no, that's a fact.
Wait, Sick and Ilmac is how long again?
Right, in a small room. You know what I'm saying? So, but I was gonna say really quick because I know Bad Money want to go, but like again, Rock tweeted out. He said, "Oh yeah, this is back in New York. Oh, just know I have something special for you guys. Like, I'm already knowing that like he's gonna rap at least."
He put out a bunch of. I was gonna say that too, and I think I saw a different tweet because I didn't see the one you just said, but he had kind of put a tweet out where I thought it was. I wouldn't say crip, but he was more just basically saying like. Like he missed his feeling of being in danger. You know what I mean? Like respecting his opponent almost, like, or his opponent bringing something to the table that he actually has to worry about. And he was more saying like, yo, I miss this feeling. And I'm like, yo, Rock's a psychopath. Like anytime you start to be like, yeah, this might be Rock last year, next year, like he might be dialing down, he's still motivated. And I think one thing he doesn't do is cheat the game. And he also has like a respectable respect level for his opponents. Like Rock's not one of them. Your ass, like you know what I mean. He kind of if you like that and Real Sick like that. I know this is probably like something everybody knows, but I think Tay Roc kind of knows how nice Real Sick is. You know what I mean? Like I think we can bet money that he's probably up on how nice Real Sick actually is, which means we're gonna get a quick Tay Roc because that's just what the stats say.
All right,
pretty much.
Bad Money.
Froze just ended with speaks to my point of the fact that, you know, Rock knows how nice Sikh is. You know what I'm saying? And one thing we love about Tay Roc is that motherfucker is up for any challenge. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he continues to challenge himself over and over in his career. I think everybody loved this battle and feel like it's going to be battle of the night is because this is where we feel like we're going to get the best pure rapping of the night. Sikh definitely has proved himself on big stages with legends, to me personally. And I don't know, like over the last 3 years, like Tito was saying, like he's been on an incredible run. But Rock hasn't rapped on a big stage, correct me if I'm wrong, in New York since Summer Madness 6.
Hollow. Facts.
You know what I mean? They came Joe. Twice, and Rock ain't perform on a stage in New York. You know what I'm saying? So Tay Roc really built his career on big stages in New York.
I mean, Ness was just on the stage in New York.
Go ahead, Bad Money. Go ahead, Bad Money.
Oh, my bad.
Go ahead, Bad Money.
He wasn't on a big stage in New York, brother.
Go ahead, man.
You know what I'm saying? But I think this is probably, like everybody says, you know, battle of the night, best bars of the night, possibly longest rounds of the night. I don't know, but I got to go with Rock 2-1. If Sikh wins this battle, he would have 30 Tay Roc. You know what I mean? If he wins the battle, and I don't see that happening. But I got Rock with a clear 2-1.
Sikh wins, he's top tier afterwards.
He's already
top tier now. He's top tier now.
Check me out.
He's top tier now.
So listen,
that's what I was gonna say.
I think we gotta understand, like, there's different ends of top tier. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think he needs. You can't say real Sikh and then mid anything, right? If he's not top tier, what's the fucking division? It would have to be mid tier. I'm not putting him in there. That's ridiculous. Also, too, I almost forgot in my last point. This is not a home game for real Sikh, like, at all. Please don't mistake yourselves. Like, this is a home game for Rock if we're playing home games. Like,
he's 10 minutes from his house.
No, literally, he could be. I'm not
don't
gonna
matter.
lie to you. He could be from Long Island, and this still be. He could be from fucking Staten Island. This is a home game for Rock. Like, Rock's honorary New York. I don't know if you guys missed the email or memo. It was a mass one sent out 15 years ago when he started his career and got famous in New York and is known as, like, probably the poster boy for our whole fucking culture, which New York happens to be the mecca of our culture. It's not a home game for real Sikh at all, respectfully, and I'm not considering how far his house is from the venue.
Rock has built his career off of big stages in New York City.
You can literally look at his entire like catalog from like his run from 2013 to like 2017, and a nucleus of that is big stage New York. Like if we go down the list, Surf, Cal, Hollow, DNA, like
both of the Clips battles. I mean,
yeah, like
the first one went on a big stage, but it was New York battle rap.
John, Bridge, like he had like a dozen plus big stage New York performances.
You can even go back to his one performance versus Red. Like it's the work. The work has been there.
Okay. Can I go? Am I good to go?
Yeah.
I'll make it short if possible. I got Tay Roc 2-1 against Real Sikh. It's in New York. He has slogans on that stage, or bars that hit so hard they turn into slogans for everybody else. If I'm not mistaken, Synthesis and Seated 4'5" and still ducking. Was that done at the Gramercy or somewhere else?
That was at the Gramercy.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure. You know, he's battled tough competition. And I think stylistically, Rock is more of a back-to-back punchers, and I think the back-to-back punches will have an easier day than the usual. Like I think Real Sikh is a momentum build battle rapper. But I also want to chime in on the point, the fact that I think Real Sikh is top tier. So I made this claim. I made this claim years ago, right? There's different types of top tiers. So you have ETT and you have CTT. When I say CTT, it's competitive top tier. This means not the person that's gonna get in front of the camera, start a beef with you, go crazy in the spaces and whatever it is. Probably won't start a card for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't have longevity in the game. You know what I'm saying? The league owner's not calling him every day. So if you want to say, oh, he doesn't have the glitz and glamour, that's why you don't think of him in the top tier, I'll give him CTT. But a CTT would have beat an ETT's ass a majority of the time. Y'all got some people that's been, that's been battled way back in the day that y'all, oh my God, he's top tier. Top tier where? Because he's been here for that long? He's an entertainment top tier. Entertainment. But entertainment top tier could be mid. Could be low tier today. And sometimes when they perform today, they're low tier. I'm just saying. So for me, I think Real Sikh is clearly top tier. Competitive top tier. But we can move on though.
Just a quick question, Black.
I'm coining that. CTT and ETT. We're gonna coin that. We're gonna coin that.
It could be a yes or no answer to Black.
Go ahead.
Anybody else can you be top tier and not be a massive pay-per-view draw?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
CTT. That's what I'm saying, basically. I don't think respecting him, Real Sikh is not a crazy pay-per-view draw. You will say that Real Sikh versus Tay Roc is a bigger battle than Geechi, Gotti, and T-Rex. But we know Rex from way back in the day to today, and I think Rex has been putting on. He ranked top 20 in Champion of the Year, so I wouldn't say he's a ETT. He's probably just both, all around just top tier, right? But Geechi Gotti's name and T-Rex's name, they're bigger.
Yeah, and that's what I was just basically saying. I think that sometimes people overcorrelate that, like pay-per-view draws, big name, top of the cards, of to actual what we look at top tier as.
Yeah.
Because my bad.
No. I was gonna say, because I feel like there's gonna be another matchup where this conversation is gonna come up again, and I was actually very fitting that you're here, and we can have this conversation about who's top tier and whatnot. But we can go on to the next battle when we're ready. So.
No. Listen, whether you popped up or not, Froze, the next battle is going to be John, and Fonz. You want to lead the way? What you want to do, Froze?
Nah, Fonz to do me like
that. You can choose not to speak. It's on you, brother.
Hey, all I'm going to say is, though, like, we had this conversation. I was like, damn, like, I was not expecting any, like, backlash or negative comments pertaining to John, and Fonz. Froze, low key, you were kind of the face of that criticism, for better or for worse. And I know, like, you feel like, because I watched both of your blogs, right? And I know you kind of felt like some of what you said was kind of taken out of context. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I do feel like you kind of added fuel to the fire on Fonz side of things. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I apologize to John. Because I feel like as battlers, especially like I've been I don't even know a victim. I've been in the same situation where I've seen a Jay Black pick against me, or I might have went and heard
talk your shit.
I might have heard Dre or Rita or Mark Zuckerberg or
we're not doing that. We not doing
Relax, bro.
Jay Schmo, pick and it motivates you. Sometimes you might hear somebody completely disregard what you do. What I will say is, I think that those comments were a little bit of a bad reflection of how I feel about Fonz in totality. But it was what it was. I respect John enough to go in there and take care of business and defend himself.
Make your opinion sound a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Like age better. You feel me?
Maybe. I tell you what. I was looking at the responses. It was pretty even. Now, what I will say is, for the people who disagreed, they disagreed hard. You know what I mean? But I was surprised by the. Not surprised. I was more optimistic about. It was kind of split down the middle. A couple people was like, Froze ain't high to us. So,
I will say Fonz ranked in Cody multiple years and like top 10-ish, honestly. So he's Fonz been doing his thing, man. I will say on Champion's behalf, at least.
I also think I was a victim of seeing Fonz 3 times in person for the last 3 battles.
Oh, so you have fatigue.
Just happened to call him on 3 bad nights. I'll say that.
I'll say less.
Oh, well, okay. That was the thing too, because you said that you feel like he's been like mid for a little bit of time. You feel like it's been like a sprinkled in good performances.
Yes, stagnant.
But nothing. But like that's tough because so like I did hear. I don't think the battle's dropped yet, so I still got to do my research on that. But I did hear that he had a little bit of slippage against Lady J. You know what I'm saying? And whatnot. But like besides that, I haven't really seen like any like lackluster performances from Fonz. Specifically, like his last year or so. Like he gave you great performances against Trez, great performance against Geechi, in my opinion. Him and Hustle was a good battle. You know what I'm saying? So like. I don't know. I think the reason why it was alarming is because it was like, damn, like you saying Sprinkle. I feel like has been more on the dominant side than not. You know what I'm saying?
So also, I also think reputation is just that too. So a lot of people have anointed Fonz as like I've seen multiple times just from multiple lists or tweets or just the temperament of the fans saying, you know, Fonz is one of the best punchers in the game. Now, although I agree that you know, he's a good puncher and he punches better than, you know, maybe most of the field. Like, I don't know. You look at him as like a puncher, like you look at Nitty?
No, but that's
Nitty's the best. Of course not.
Don't do that to that man.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I feel like that's more of a compliment for Nitty than it is. Like, because again, I feel like in the realm you can put Fonz in that conversation, but obviously Nitty's gonna be of like a higher stature off of one longevity and off of two, like how consistently he's been the top. I mean, Nitty's been the top puncher we're going on like 9 years of him being the top puncher. So obviously he has more of the leg work. But if we're talking like overall the best punchers in the game, like Fonz is in that conversation more often than not.
Okay. Who we got? Let's get to that though.
Yeah, I was gonna say I also have Fonz 2-1 edge. Now here's the thing though, right? Again, I feel like Fonz has just I can't say recently because it's been like about 2 years now, but I feel like Fonz just recently got over the hump when it comes to having a good performance on a big stage. I think the Shook performance, he was lights out. Actually was like an upset to many people in the fashion that he won. But my caveat is that it's also in New York, right? And John has had legendary performances in New York, whether it's whether it's the Reed performance, whether it's the Mr. Baby performance. I'm just keeping it.
Yeah, why he gotta bring up Reed, bro? Like the mic wasn't working. Hold on, the mic wasn't working. We knew what was going on. We can't do that, bro. They fucked up his mic before he got on stage. We had to hold it close to his neck, bro. We're not doing that, bro. Come on, man.
But nonetheless, right? Like I feel like that streak of like, and then his coming out party when he went against Hitman was on a big stage. You know what I'm saying? In New York. You know what I'm saying? So he for sure has a lot more leaning towards him historically.
But nonetheless, right? Like I feel like that streak of like, and then his coming out party when he went against Hitman was on a big stage. You know what I'm saying? In New York. You know what I'm saying? So he for sure has a lot more leaning towards him historically. But I feel like it's another situation where Fonz has his back against the wall because he hears the criticism, and you know it's a grudge match as well too. And hey, I think that Fonz has a lot to work with when it comes to the topics that he can touch on. I won't really probe into that too much. I think that he is an angle puncher, which means that he has a way of making haymakers while also breaking down his opponent at the same time. And then Black, you mentioned that the back-to-back punchers will probably be favored more in this environment. So I think that aids Fonz as well too. But I think that John being the tactician, the strategist that we, revere him as, will help him. But again, when you spend a lot of time playing defense, you can't really attack your opponent to the best of your capabilities. And I feel like Fonz is one of those people that just knows how to like really go get after it. And I got Fonz 2-1 in a really good battle though. I think that John will find a way to make the battle competitive. But yeah, I'm comfortable in saying Fonz 2-1, even with it being in New York on a big stage.
Y'all said y'all feel like the punchers are gonna fare better in this type of environment.
I think big stage regardless. I think just in the generation that we're in now, like I think post 2016, 2017, the back-to-back haymakers has translated better on a big stage. Like when you look at all the great big stage battles that we've gotten in.
I think that I do agree that style can fare well in that environment. I think it works earlier though, like earlier in the battle, first round mainly. And I think like for battlers like John with big matchup and big room experience, like ringmanship matters, like and battle IQ matters, and understanding that it's a different dynamic, which John has kind of proven multiple times. It's kind of hard to count John out in a scenario like this, even like versus a puncher.
No, 100%, and he's beaten punchers before. Now, albeit maybe not necessarily on big stages. Like I feel like Rock kind of like, even though Rock is like the gun bar king, like he primarily does punch on it. So even though I feel like Rock kind of got after him on a big stage, the same thing with Twerk. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time though, again, we don't know what John has up his sleeve. Like he very well could have a round dedicated towards a particular topic, and he can execute that masterfully. So we don't know, but I do feel like, again, what we do know is that like Fonz has a lot of stuff that he can like touch on in the battle, and I mean I think he's shown that he's a topical puncher. So. But yeah, no, obviously John's more seasoned when it comes to like performing on a big stage in New York, though.
And like Froze, I ain't gonna lie, Fonz got a lot to work with. Like these past couple months, he got a lot of angles to work with.
Do you think John is aware of that?
Yeah, and that's why I think he mentioned the defensive writing.
But
like
it's a lot of defensive writing you got to do though.
Hell yeah, he's aware of that. Black, he's aware of that.
Yeah,
I'm just making sure.
All right, let me ask you a
though.
question. If I said John might have some of the highest IQ out of all the battlers on the card, would that be a hot take?
No,
that'd be
not at all.
That's fair to say.
Right?
Not at all.
Right. So for me, it's like in most cases I'd be worried, but for John, he just got a weird way of being able to flip that shit. You know what I mean? Like, and that's dating all the way back to his first big stage battle versus Hitman. Like, he didn't belong on the stage with Hitman at that time, pre-battle. You know what I mean? And then, you've seen him have that performance, and then he goes off and has the career that he has. I don't know. I just feel like if there's anybody where I wouldn't worry about, low-hanging fruit topics, it's John. And he is a good defensive writer too. Right? Like, so I don't know. He's unorthodox.
Okay.
But here's the thing. I think
when y'all say he's a good defensive writer, what's like the battle that y'all like bring that to? Because I feel like
him versus Hollow.
Okay.
I would also point to, like, even though it wasn't defensive, I felt like this was just a tactical battle all the way through. It wasn't on a big stage, but him and Frack was very tactical as well too, and I thought he handled that pretty well. My only thing is though with John specifically, recently on big stages, and I feel like most of his run from like 2024 to now have been relatively like pit style esque, whether it's the Sirius Jones battle, the Frack battle, Coffee, Easy and whatnot. I do feel like his shortcomings have been on a big stage in the recent showings, where I thought he kind of clearly lost to Trez on a relatively big stage, and Trez was kind of just line for line, just outclassing him out in that fashion. And obviously we know what happened with the surf battle, even though that's like years ago.
Then the T-top battle wasn't good whatsoever. So.
And the T-top battle wasn't good either. So that's another concern too, is that like recently we haven't really gotten a really good big stage performance from John.
And like,
can I go?
Calico
go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, John. Go ahead, Bun.
Bad Money, what you say? I'm sorry.
Fonz 2-1.
I'll make my point at the Tito goes.
I ain't gonna lie though, like them big stage battles, the only difference is Fonz fit that description that John liked to see on that big stage. Calico is seasoned. Who else he battled on the big stage?
He battled Trez on a big stage,
Trez
and
is
then
more seasoned than Fonz.
Jack Boy
got a read on a big stage.
We not talking about that battle. That never happened.
Jack Boy won the big stage.
Jack Boy was a big stage, but I was saying the recent big stage performances.
Okay, right. Well, I
And
mean,
Surf, he battles Surf big stage. They
I
all more
mean,
seasoned than Fonz. Like
but
when he gets somebody like I ain't saying Fonz is new, but he's like
You battle
newer.
chess?
It's kind of
But I know Trez
it
is
get
technically
kind of
more
tricky.
seasoned. I know Trez is a little bit more seasoned, but even still, like I
But
don't
like
know, like
at that time though, he
yeah.
was less seasoned than what he is now. Of course,
Yeah.
What I was gonna say is, I might have got some. I'm just talking historically. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all probably know where I'm gonna lean for this battle, even though I think this battle fire. But I think shouts to Froze. He took what I was gonna say is if there's anybody who I ain't got to worry about getting outmaneuvered or out, what I'm saying, out tactical, what I'm saying, out IQ'd in a battle is John the Don. I never got to worry about that. Like he's gonna go in there with the better plan, 99% of the time when it goes to a battle, especially a battle of this magnitude. Um, have y'all forgotten what happens in battles? For most battles, I would say that Surf was the exception, which is why it was so shocking. But in most battles, where it's like that, the energy's at a certain level. How does John perform in those battles historically? He performs
I
pretty good.
mean,
He performs pretty
in, in,
good.
a- in grudge matches, most often than not, he has good performances. Whether it's the Hollow battle, whether it's the Ace battle. Ace was relatively a big stage too,
Yeah,
So
Jack
Yeah, I
Boy.
yeah.
I had Ace win in that battle, but I mean, it's debatable though. So
But I'm just you could tell that like when the energy John likes that. The more the you know what I'm saying, the grimier the fight, you know what I'm saying, John likes it, you know what I'm saying, when he's able to really, you know what I'm saying, start swinging for the fences. And I'm gonna be honest, this might be a hot take. The superpower that John has, whether y'all like it or not, y'all talk about being a puncher. John got haymakers like crazy. John got room shakers like crazy.
That's a
And
fact.
and I would argue that against most punchers, he's got more haymakers, room shakers than most people y'all call punchers. Like like
He
like
for sure knows how to create a moment.
like
100%. Yeah, I
let's
agree.
really talk. And the thing is, on the big stage, what do we remember? We remember these moments. We remember, you know what I'm saying, what I'm saying, these times where John's gone up on a stage, especially a stage, and brought the whole building down against somebody who y'all would call a puncher. And more often than not, guess what happens? He usually wins that battle. You know what I'm saying? He usually John knows, and I trust John to have a higher peak in this battle than Fonz. I think I wouldn't surprise me if John has the best round of this battle. And I don't think that's a
Wait,
crazy take because guess
hey,
what?
hey, hey, Tito, is it 2025 and we're still down? Not you, but are people still down that just got in here doubting John on Gnome?
I just
Like, are we still doubting John?
look. I'm
It's
not
not
saying.
really doubting.
I'm
It's relative to who he's going against.
yeah. I'm
I'm
not
about to
saying
No,
tell you,
it's not
it might be
relative to
more
who
of
he's
a,
going against. Fonz,
it's a.
Fonz has no business up there with
I
John.
didn't
it
say all
might
that. I didn't say all that. I didn't
it
say all that.
might it might be more of a compliment
I
to
said
Fonz, right?
that. Like,
No,
what?
no, no, and I ain't mad at anybody carrying it like that. Like Fonz is nice, and Fonz is
That's what
gonna
I'm
punch,
saying, pros. I
and
agree
I
with
and I
you.
and I do think that he's him and anybody who goes up there with back to back punching styles in that type of room in New York City is going to get love and is probably going to have a successful battle. But I think I could say, if I look at it from this standpoint, I kind of, and I can't be sure, but if I had to take an educated guess, I kind of feel like I know how Fonz is going to approach this battle, or
Yep.
we know what to expect from Fonz. The fact that we don't know what to expect from John is kind of what's giving me
That's
the edge.
spooky.
That's it right
That's
there.
do we really
spooky.
know what to expect from Fonz? Because
I mean,
Yes,
So
we
when
I
I
think
say
do,
what to
Fonz is
bro.
coming
expect,
from off
He's
the
when
gonna
I
rip.
come
say
in there first
when I
round,
say
talk. He's gonna have a Calico should have your baby moms and then like punches and shit, and y'all niggas gonna go crazy.
How do
for
you know
sure we know
that?
what to expect. But hold on, for sure we know what to expect from Fonz from an approach standpoint. Like, I'm not saying lyrics. I don't know what he's gonna say. I don't know how he's gonna draw it up, and
but the
I'm sure
topic
he's gonna.
matter.
But just from how Fonz approaches, but we know what Fonz is bringing to the table.
Right.
He's gonna punch back to back. John's a little bit more layered in that aspect, and to not
Layered?
know how he's like what
Yes. Yes.
and I just think that for real, Fonz is probably doing a little bit more thinking than John, or a little less, if you get what I'm saying. Like, and I think that's the threat that John poses, when you're battling him, especially on a big stage like Nome. It's kind of hard to, it's kind of hard to get a beat on him. And my bad, not to get long winded. Like the defensive writing, if you go back to the John battle and Hitman, if you remember Hitman's whole approach, like you should be smiling all fucking night.
Yeah.
Like
You should be happy to be here.
you be in the line trying to buy tickets, and then John also using the same realm of you gave me the shot, so I'm taking it close range. Like so, he understood the same lens kind of Hitman was approaching, and just also used it for offense. Like he's crafty in that way. That's all I'm saying. He's
No, you're
crafty.
right.
He's unpredictable.
You're right. And again, that's my whole point is that I think, especially on a big stage, this is what makes John so dangerous in a lot of these instances where if you can't match him at his peak, you are losing. Period.
Wait,
End of story.
has Fonz ever battled on a big stage in New York? Like, did we like?
No. We acknowledge that, but at the same time, we have said that we have at least seen him give a dominant performance on a big stage before, though.
Yeah.
What, against Arsenal in Houston?
No, it was
everybody get love.
No,
it was
Suge.
Suge. It was Suge.
Oh, Suge.
Where he was where he was actually the underdog to win, and he showed why he shouldn't have been.
I mean, like I said, I think Fonz. Let me, because we went all over the place with that. But
And for that
in terms
reason
of,
alone is why y'all should pick Fonz.
again, I think that I just don't see.
Man, I got John 2-1.
I don't know who pressed the mute button, but yeah.
I was just trying to wrap up and say, like I said, I got John 2-1. I think that I think John more often than not, when he has the best round of the battle, he more often than not wins that battle, and I think that's going to be the case here. I don't see how he won't have the best round of this battle, but Fonz could definitely win. So I got a 2-1 edge, John, but I think this battle gonna be fire. Go ahead, Bad Money.
Yeah.
I'm really not sure why we talking about John being incapable of beating punchers when he beat the best puncher in the game, clearly.
Yeah.
Even though it wasn't in a big room, like he still beat the best puncher in the game.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact.
And it was prime Nitty too. That was like Nitty, like prime Nitty.
That was a volume, right?
Yeah.
Volume 2.
Volume was volume 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was volume 2. He beat Nitty in a volume? Must be pretty good.
At the end of the day, we do know Fonz got a lot of material to pull from. You know what I'm saying? We know what he's going to talk about and all of that. But at the same time, John is prone to winning the battles that you think he's going to lose. I'm saying, and to Frozen's point where he was saying that Fonz has a bunch of time to, well, not a bunch of time to think, but he's got a lot of thinking to do. John might have a lot of thinking to do because he got to figure out how to counter all this shit that Fonz is about to bring at the end of the day. So back John to a corner more often than not. Like he comes out of that corner victorious. I'm saying, like, the nigga went to jail before he battled Hollow, bailed out, flew to London. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And potentially like won a grudge match. You know what I'm saying? I think, you know what I'm saying, like a lot of people would say John won that battle.
Can I ask a question? What if you what is it called? Pre-write something like, okay, I know what he's going to touch on, and the person doesn't even go touch on that topic at all. Then what?
We just rap it.
Fonz gonna touch on all these topics, bro. There's no way. You know what I'm
Acting
saying?
like Fonz ain't gonna say anything
Fonz
about
said
the
he's
topic.
gonna
Shout out
say
Better
all
Rap
that
Trap.
shit.
I definitely watched that interview.
That's what I'm
Fonz
saying.
definitely
Fonz
said all the topics we talking about, I'm rapping about.
That's what he
Lock it.
said.
Shout out Better Rap Trap. That's what he said.
But also,
Out his own mouth.
I think what people
You
aren't
gotta talk about
considering with
all that shit,
Fonz,
dog.
Fonz
And
is very
then
unorthodox. Fonz doesn't write within the same format that other people write them. Fonz isn't that predictable. So I do feel like the first round I don't think the baby mama thing is really gonna be the focal point. There's a lot more to go off of. So I think people are really underestimating that aspect.
you know who else is unorthodox and unpredictable? Calico.
Okay.
Y'all just forget that fast that John beat the shit out of Calico.
No, he dominated Calico. That wasn't a big. That wasn't. Well, I was gonna say that. I was gonna say it wasn't a big stage though.
But that's not John's fault.
Well, I was gonna say I don't think that was like a big stage though. There might have been like 400 or 500 people. We're talking about like 1,000 to 15. You know what I'm saying? But
I
and
know,
that, and that's
I,
and,
I
that, and
get
that's
what
my
you're
slight
saying, but
critique
it's a
though.
big opponent. It's
Yes,
a
everything was clear.
fucking top tier battle. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like
And truthfully, and no disrespect to Cal, but I think Fonz in his current form has just been a lot more consistent than Cal as of late.
What?
who you had winning Fonz versus Calico?
Oh
Like
my
real quick.
God.
I'm
Yo,
saying
put
this. I'm saying
No,
in this
answer the
recent
question.
form.
It's
Yeah,
either 1 or 2 words.
yeah.
Cal has been the like epitome of fucking consistency. Maybe like 2 battles you can name that he like like come on, bro. We're
I'm
not
saying in
doing
this
this.
recent. I'm saying in the recent form, because it wasn't just that battle where he was kind of slippity, flippity. So
I'm just saying with
Constantly seem
a
like
nigga
Fonz
who
is going
got
to use
wins over
everything at his
Geechi,
disposal,
Gotti,
man.
like
Fonz is going to use all that shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to sound good and it's going to hit at the end of the day. Like we're going to love it. But the difference in this battle is going to come into counter writing. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, we don't be in all the battle rap circles. We don't know what the fuck goes on. We hear all kind of new battle rap stories every fucking battle about
that's
shit
true.
that happened that we didn't even know.
Sure.
That's
You know
true.
what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I got John Edge 2-1.
I'm right there with you, pimp. John,
And
2-1.
another
Because
thing too is that when John wins these kind of battles, he really wins.
now
Like
that's a
he
fact. I
doesn't he
will say
doesn't
that.
kind of win these battles. When battles
There,
are
Then
there,
why
like
we not
this,
usually,
acting
or
like
there's an
John not a
energy
New
and there's
Yorker?
a topic matter and there are things to discuss, if he wins these battles, he wins these battles. Like, and so
yeah. Now, rarely are the big stage battles for John debatable on either side. So, are we on to the next battle,
Y'all want to go with
or did
J?
Black want to go?
Y'all want to
If
go with Nitty
John
and J?
John's so good, hold on. Let me get 2 seconds. If John
Oh
John's
man.
so good and he know what he doing and this and that, why the fuck is he ducking Jay Black?
That's real. That's
Yeah, let's
real.
talk
Huh?
about
That's
that.
real.
All right, let's talk
I got,
about it,
That's
I
Black.
do
real.
got John
So
John
What,
two
what's
one
up with
though
that?
over Fonz, but
What's up with
I
that?
Black,
got
he
Black
said,
30 over John John.
He ain't got no,
I
he ain't got no
remember,
angles.
I remember the interview though. Black, he said, just set it up. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, listen. Hopefully he's listening anonymously too, John John. I can see it the same way you see it. I got 4 eyes too, nigga.
Hey,
You ain't the
shout out
only one. You ain't the only
Track.
one,
Y'all
nigga.
better put
Hopefully you
this up.
listening, nigga.
Listen,
You know what I'm
Dree,
saying?
you're not allowed to pick Black over
Feel me?
John until you see Jagged J.
Uh,
I think this is the game,
You still
Jonathan.
ducking
I'll
Jagged
see you
J.
soon.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Black. You
I see you
ducking
soon.
Jagged J, real shit.
No, Dree's ducking Jagged J.
What
That's a
battle,
fact.
cuz?
Dree is actually contracted.
oh
Dree
my
was given
God.
a deposit. Hold on.
Oh
Dree
my,
was
here
given a
we go.
deposit.
All
Wow.
right, y'all.
I'm about to say
Dree
Hey,
Champion.
hold
Dree
on,
low
hold on.
key
Hey, Dree,
retired,
hey,
low key.
Dree.
Oh
Champion,
Dree,
man.
you
we
a
are
Marine. I
gone.
take
You
that.
know what I'm saying? Thanks for having, you know what I'm saying? Thanks for
Okay.
having me.
Hey,
We out.
hey,
Stick around, Dree.
hey,
Stick
Dree,
around, Dree.
you one of the
No, I'm
members
here, I'm
too,
here, I'm
bro.
here.
I don't expect that from somebody who got that EGA for real. You don't be backing
Oh
down
my
for.
God.
Yeah, you one of
Ain't
the
nobody
members for
ducking,
real.
man. Why would I duck
Hey,
Jagged
Dre.
You one
Jack?
of
Why
the
would I do
members for
that?
real.
Hey, Dre, you remember when you stand behind Reed and Surf said it's like you him?
It's different.
Like you remember that?
Yeah, somebody kick this
Y'all
guy to
niggas
the
get a face
listeners.
off and
Somebody
everything,
kick
man.
this guy to the listeners.
No,
Anybody
but
else got anything to say about Reed Dollars?
I got
All
nothing
right,
to say about Reed.
thanks.
Shout out to Reed.
All right,
You
bet.
wait,
I
real
got
quick, real quick.
Hey, Dree. Hey, Shine.
Who said that?
Oh, sorry, too far, too far.
Oh, you
Wait,
remember
real
that?
quick. I do got one last thing to say. Who you got between who you got between Reed and Jazz on the for the on beat battle situation?
Why you
We
asking
got
me
we got
this?
Reed.
I feel sorry for Jazz.
I feel
Oh
sorry
damn.
for shit.
We
You know what
got
I'm
Reed.
saying?
On beat. On beat. I can go
Thank
Reed on
goodness he
beat,
just
right?
went viral though. Thank goodness he just went viral, you know what I'm saying? That was short lived. Reed about to put her, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying that's cool.
That's good.
Shout out Jazz though.
Yeah. Seriously though, on a serious note, I am serious about John John, but on a serious note, I feel like I said this in the beginning. I think John John wouldn't have accepted this battle if he didn't know how to approach the battle. He took 10 months off for a reason, and I think he's back because he got it under control. So it's going to take more than punches. And if anything, he might go first and,
Yeah, he
kind of flip
kinda
it
I was
around.
about to say that. I think John may go first and probably like deflate his angles. Probably. I don't know.
Hey, Black, and has it just been me or has John John been real quiet?
And to be honest, like I've seen it in
I
better
mean,
rap. Oh, never mind.
he
Go ahead.
been quiet up until now.
Like I've seen it when
And
like
this is New
somebody have
York.
their work cut out for them, and it's still not enough. I've seen it. You know what I'm saying? It's like
And
you
then we
gotta
gotta
you
think.
gotta really now that if we know what angles you coming with, like it's up to you to really execute them. And then like in the regards they hold fine, like that could probably hinder them a little bit.
And
We'll
John
see.
got to channel his inner DMX this battle.
Fonz
Yeah,
You know what I'm
we
2-1.
saying? He got to pull up with the whole Yonkers. You know what I'm saying? It's just gonna be a dogfight.
Mom,
We go to the next one.
What's the next battle y'all want to do?
I'm
Nitty
about to
and
say,
Jay.
do we really have to discuss Tay Roc versus Real
Run
Sick? Like
Nitty
everybody
versus.
got the same
Oh,
view.
We did discuss Tay Roc and
You
Oh,
listen, dude. We know who you got. We know who you got.
we can do Jay and Nitty.
Yeah, that works. I mean, I like this battle a lot, and if I'm being truthful, I'm low key surprised that it got booked for Nome. But at the same time, I can't be because Nitty's Nitty, right? And then Jay is having an amazing run. It's probably one of his best runs of his career. Um, I got Nitty 2-1. I just think that it's hard to go against Nitty. I think Jaden Nightwing's going to take the third though. Jaden Nightwing always has this compelling, like, overarching theme that he carries throughout his entire battle, and I think he's going to really harp on that in the third round. But the first two, I think, is going to be like just all speed ahead, and I think Nitty's going to take this battle 2-1. So especially with it being big stage in New York. He hasn't been in New York in a while too, outside of the Snake Eyes battle. But yeah, go ahead, friends.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
can you
got.
hear me?
Go ahead,
Oh,
loud and clear.
France
Can
in
you
the
hear me
building.
loud and clear?
Yeah, we hear you.
All right, wait, Dree still up here? I can't see.
Did he hear? He hear?
I'm
All right,
I'm I'm here. Hello.
what's up, good brother? I heard you say what's Jazz gonna be able to do with Reed Dollars. First and foremost, what's Reed Dollars gonna be able to do with Reed Dollars,
We're
right?
talking about Nome. We talking about Nome right now, sir.
No,
We
no,
could
no,
talk.
no.
We talking about Nome right now,
Nah,
sir.
don't
I don't
backtrack.
want to. I don't want to see. Look, that's why I don't come up here because I don't want to change. I don't want to change the dynamics of the conversation. I don't want to do this to you right now, friends. Don't make me like I've been chilling. I haven't been on no. You know what I'm saying? I haven't been on the YM vibes. Like I'm just
Why
cooling.
here vibes?
You about to take me there, France. You about to take me there, France. I don't want to do it.
You know who I've been chilling? Your man. I seen him recite on the small league, and then he choking his last 5 battles in a row. Tay Roc,
Oh my
Calico,
word.
2-4,
Cap,
OP.
I'm here.
Oh
I
my
got your back.
gosh. Well,
I got your back, Tree. Hold on. I got your back, Tree.
Now he made
That's
the
all
you ain't
radio.
live.
I
He
wrote
made the
this shit in
diatribe.
That's
like
all
It's being
live.
15
recorded.
minutes. Do you
He
know
was
who
on
Reed
tour.
Dollars is?
He was on tour. He was on tour. He just showed you his greatness twice.
Oh
That's
my
all he did.
gosh.
Why are we up here
Oh my
lying?
gosh. You feel
Cap.
me? What are we talking
You know
about?
what I'm saying?
What are we
What's
talking
wrong?
about?
He
Read
just
right
won't
to
come
a
up
beat
here
and read
and
right
quote
a
right.
cappella are two totally different people, right? You do realize that.
That's a fact.
These people
You
are
do
That's a
sick.
realize
fact.
that.
Yeah, that
That's
was
a
4
fact.
years ago.
All right.
You just
You know,
not see
Listen, hold on,
sensitive
hold on.
ciphers,
We
Hold
brother?
really
on.
going to
what
disrespect that Reed Dollars was one of the first, probably the first nigga on
what are
YouTube,
we he was literally
2005.
the first nigga. YouTube was only out for 9 days when
On
he posted. YouTube wasn't
I
even
just
out
love
for a
how
full 2 weeks
y'all
yet.
just have a blind eye.
You're not finna survive this one,
Y'all turn
France.
in the bird box. All of a sudden, I'm legally blind when it comes
What are we doing
I'm in
here?
to your
Philly right
Lord
now.
and
I'm in
Savior.
What are we
Philly right
doing
now. You're
What
here?
are
not
we
finna
doing
get this
here?
off,
You're
France. You
not
not.
getting this off. I'm
Hey,
sorry.
You not.
you know Reed been losing
Reed just
whenever
did
they
some
say the
serious
first on
ciphers.
YouTube.
I'm at the
Reed just
Jamaican
did
spot
some
in
serious
Philly right now. You're
ciphers.
not finna get this off, France, at all. I promise you.
Even Reed beat the best puncher.
That is
Before
true.
Jazz
That's
Let's
even
that's
knew
true.
talk.
how
Let's
a
talk about it.
penis looked.
That's
Let's talk
true.
about it.
Did you
What's that
forget that?
mean?
No,
Before Jazz even knew how a
Where's the
penis looked.
grace on beat?
that did
He been
happen.
doing this.
That did happen. That
He been
happened.
doing this. What are we talking about? Man, I'm
That
about to
happened.
y'all about to
He got signed for what he did
The
on
y'all
beat.
people
What we
pay
y'all
up
talking
what
trying to
they
about?
get me in my
can,
bag.
not
See,
people.
look, y'all trying to get me
It's
in my
different.
bag.
It's different.
I was just trying to enjoy the
What's
dialogue.
wrong with him?
All
I'm
right,
just
all right,
trying to
all right,
enjoy the
all right.
dialogue.
The
This the
disrespect.
main event right here.
I'm just trying to enjoy the dialogue. And
Y'all married
niggas just
long.
want to
Y'all
violate.
married long. Y'all be careful.
We trying to chill in the
And
listeners and he
you know what I'm
talking this
saying?
shit, bro.
And I
We just
rock with
doing.
friends. That's the saddest part.
We just having a peaceful convo, bro.
That's the
It's a
saddest
peaceful
part.
convo.
It's
Yeah, that's
cool.
not.
That's
Yeah, it
crazy,
sound good.
France.
I ain't lied yet though. It sound
It
good though.
We came here
it
to make
it
cause chaos. We was on Jay and Nitty. Now man.
you feel me? No, that's
No,
France though.
France
He
did
know
He
say
low
what he
key like
did.
to
He know what he
start
did.
shit.
He know what
He
he
an
did.
instigator too.
Ain't
Prince
shit
is
All
like
the
he
he
only
about
did
it,
was
instigator.
ask
Dre.
the
That's what he
questions that
do.
people want to know.
Prince is
All he
the
did was ask the
instigator.
questions that people
Trust
want to
me.
know.
Fancy. It's cool. I'm gonna see you, Prince. I'm gonna see you, Prince.
Yeah, we on Jay and Nitty. Like I said, I had Nitty 2-1, but I think it's gonna be a great battle. I
Prince, I'm
think
sorry.
I wouldn't be surprised if Nitty and Jay is battle of the night because it seems to be the main theme when Jay is on the card. So
Yeah, I got Nitty 2-1. I think it could change. I don't know. Cause the thing is Jay does have a little bit of experience on a stage similar to this one when he battled Chaos, North Carolina. So I feel like
Chaos.
anyways, my nigga. Anyways, I just feel like of course Nitty has experience. Nitty's been continuing the run he's been on. Um, for instance, when he battled Daylight, like straight, the material hasn't dipped, so I feel like the material is still gonna be there. It's just Jay is the wow factor because Jay has some of the most potent angles and some of the most refreshing angles that you will ever hear. So that's the outlier in this battle. Like Jay's angles are really great. So I still got needs to one, but I wouldn't be surprised if Jada Nightwing takes over that stage and like, really shows us something.
hardcore.
Yes, sir. I don't know how Jay material going to translate in New York on the stage. I mean, I say that to say when we see Jay all the time, he's official. He's solid. But here in New York is different. The ears just hear different. Like say something, bro. But he be saying stuff, but I don't know how it's going to translate and why. I say that to say rum 30.
Damn.
That's bold. I will say, I know this is Jay's biggest opportunity to date, and I mean, I think he's always had top tier level talent, extremely unique. You know, we love unique battle rappers, but I will say the magic in Jay's style is when like you let him rap. The more interrupted he is, you let him really get in the pocket, start catching those references. That's his superpower. And I think that's going to be hard. Can he get through that on a New York stage? Are they going to give him the time to reach that peak momentum? You know, this is not a guy who's going to drop you off at a haymaker. You got to go through the whole concept with him. And then by the end, that's what's special about it. So I got Nitty 2-1. I think Jay's going to have moments of great. But I think there is going to be times that New York crowd gets a little bit restless with him. While I think Nitty's got something to prove. What's his last battle in New York? Tay Roc? On this level, you know, in terms of like a bigger stage, it's been a long time, and his last showing wasn't that crazy. It's a battler since then. So I'm going Nitty 2-1, but it'll be one of the better battles of the night, even if it's clear.
Who else wants to go?
I'm gonna just. So I don't really need to like break it down, man. I got Nitty 2-1 first and
Break it
second for
down.
real.
Break it down.
All right, but I got you. I just feel like I said, Jada Nightwing really hits home in the first. I feel like he taught the niggas in the first, but Nitty always really just come out with that talk in the first and second for real. And his second rounds be the best rounds of the night. Screw for like, you know what I'm saying? Fuck the battle for real. So, you know, his second round be the best round of the night for real. When you giving this nigga Jay Night Wing fucking like, come on, bro. Like what this nigga Nitty just uh, you just wonder how this nigga come up with this shit for real. So, like I said, it could be a 30. I'm not gonna hold you, dummy, but you feel me? I feel like Nitty the first and second for real. So yeah, I got 2-1, 2-1, maybe debatable 30 for real.
Primo or Bad Money?
Mm. This is a tough battle for me, really, man. I think Jay's having an incredible year. Um, I think Jay's having an incredible year. I'm really interested to see how he's going to be able to control the room. I feel like that's one of his strongest attributes. So 1,500 people in a room, really interested to see how that's going to translate for him. But
Nitty has really, I mean, we put him in that punchline bag, but Nitty is becoming like the greatest battle rapper of our generation, and I think it's because his style now is comprehensive of the total package. And on the stage, Nitty does a lot of moving, a lot of I mean, he knows how to sell punchlines times 10 now in his career. I just think it's gonna be one of those type of nights. So I'm probably leaning toward Nitty 2-1 for this one.
Bad Money, go ahead.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say what everybody really wants to say and don't want to say it. This probably is gonna be body of the night. Um, I think Jay will do good, but those rapid fire punches that Nitty is going to deliver on a big stage in New York and him getting to the point quicker is going to make a big difference. Where Jay has like, a slow build up and the monotone, what I'm saying, delivery and shit like that. And he's got to be able to project his voice. This is another situation, like I said, in the Chess versus Yunus battle, where we've seen these guys be great in pit style settings and in smaller rooms, but they have to show and prove on how they're going to work the big stage. And you giving Nitty a mechanic, like he's gonna have all kind of car part bars, all kinds of shit. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, so I got Nitty 30. I think Jay will do well, but it's gonna be definitively clear that Nitty won every round. You know what I'm saying? And even with
Damn,
Jay doing good, it's still gonna look bad.
It's 230s.
I'm about to say, you said potential body of the night. Yikes! But
I
but
didn't
but
say
I but
potential. I said body of the night.
He said, "I got
well,
Jay Nightwing some line." Jesus Christ!
here's the thing. I do think that the contrast in styles for sure, plays a role 100%. But like, I don't know. I think Jay is in a really good form right now. You know what I'm saying? And even though he's had like I don't even want to, outside of the Kid Chaos performance, he hasn't really had that much experience on the big stage. Like during his run, has been primarily pit style as well too. You know what I'm saying? So I do feel like Nitty has one up on him in that regard. But if I'm being real, as much as I love Nitty, he be giving rounds away though. Like
Bro,
he'll go crazy
He does.
first and second, and then third he'll give you like 2 minutes or whatever, and then keep it pushing. So I don't know. I mean, he didn't do that against Daylight because that was Daylight, but I can't act like Nitty don't just be giving rounds away every once in a while. Like he'll go crazy the first 2 rounds, and then third round is does what he does and then keep it pushing. So I don't know, but
I don't know. We
um,
we talking about the best battle rapper in the world right now.
facts,
Niggas up here
facts.
talking about chaos.
Chaos.
It's a
Oh,
Tiger.
it's a different level
experience is
of
experience, though.
it's a different, yeah, I do understand pulling from, that's the other battle he's got in front of a sizable amount, but I get where you're coming from. It's just a different level, the body of work. I heard somebody say 230s though. Bad Money, do you got chest 30 and Eunice too?
I
No,
didn't
no,
say
no,
Chess
no.
was
When I
going
said
30
230s, I
units.
meant for this particular battle.
Oh,
I
you
picked it.
got it too.
I
I thought somebody
Yes,
said
sir.
that, and I was
No,
like,
no, I said 30 for this battle, and he said 30.
because I want to ask y'all, we got a few different guys who are getting a huge opportunity here they haven't had before. You look at Real Sick, Fonz, Jay the Nightwing, Yunus. None of these guys, most of them haven't done a big stage, let alone done it in New York, even though a couple have. Um, do y'all, like, how much are y'all taking that into account across the card? Do y'all got anybody overcoming that challenge, or are you going to bet with experience until you see someone prove it?
I think.
I have. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I think Real Sick because wasn't the last time we saw Real Sick on a big stage on URL? He got smoked by Shine.
It
So
was
He,
Diz.
he
No, it
beat
was
he
his
beat
ass.
oh,
Diz
it was
since then,
Diz. I forgot
but the
about.
Sean battle, the
So
real,
I
like,
try
we knew
hard
he
to
was gonna
I
beat
try
Diz. I
hard to
get it.
forget that Diz battle. But you feel me? Yeah. Okay.
Everybody
So
knows, brother.
yeah, I got Sick having like a great battle versus Rock. The thing is though, I really feel like no matter how much we think like consistent Eunice is, I think it's very possible when you look out at when he looks out at almost what how much Graham is he on 2,000 maybe like what I'm saying. So he look out now. Is this gonna sell out? Maybe, but I'm saying like you look out at that big stage for real, and I don't know. Chess just have one of those chess rounds. Chess is home, Nome. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, bro. It could get like that for him. So
I
Nah,
think for
I
me,
just want to see. Oh, you want to say, Lang?
No, no, no. I was gonna say because you asked like who do we have overcoming that. For me, it's really style based. Honestly, I think experience plays a huge role, but we see kind of like styles just translate in a certain format, right? So like I have Fonz beating John, even though John's more experience. I have Yunus with the edge over Chess, even though like Chess has more experience. The only time I felt like I kind of went with the vet was Tay Roc, but we're talking about one of the best big stage performers ever in New York, going against Real Sick. In this particular case, though, I just feel like Nitty is just extremely explosive, and we've seen Jay get into spurts where he's like rapidly punching. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like in his current form, Nitty could very well like outclass him on the stage. But then again, like I said, Nitty gives away rounds. Like he doesn't always come with like three fully loaded. Not necessarily him choking per se, but like he just doesn't always come with like a third that really tries to get his opponent out of here.
No, I think that's fair. I just want to see because it's a different level of pressure in New York. So and there's a lot of people that are just going to be like, hey, until I've seen you do it, I'm not predicting you, and I'm not mad at that. I just didn't know if anybody had a pick, and it sounds like a lot of people more so are confident in Real Sick more than any of these other guys. Not that y'all all have them losing or nothing, you know what I mean? But I think out of all those UM1 guys and Yunus that are on the card, Real Sick's the one that's earned the most faith from the public. It seems like going into these battles.
Yeah, I think it's just relative to their opponent and like the style matchup too. Black, did you want to go? You didn't really speak on Jay and Nitty yet.
In regards to Rum Nitty versus Jay Nightwing, I'm going to repeat a lot of what y'all said already. In terms of the name flips, Jay the Nightwing is too much there. Mad King, you can even use Thanos at that point if you want to. It being New York, kind of a puncher's home in a sense. New York wants the quick gratification in terms of what they're hearing. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. Obviously, he can switch it up and going to more of a rapping style, but his style currently. We say the best in the world. I think Rum Nitty is one of the best in the world, and he has an argument for the best in the world right now. We speak on Real Sick, but I have Rum Nitty 2-1, and I'll put the clear on it. Shout out to Jay, much love to Jay, but I'll put the clear on him. Even if he does gas out by the third round, he's got the first two, and I don't think Jay is going to do something to the likes of what T-Top did in his third round, which kind of makes you question the entire battle. And the fact I want to apologize for omitting the fact Chaos versus Jay Nightwing. I ain't mentioned that the first time I did a prediction on this battle. So salute to that. But I think this is different. It's New York. So even if you have been on stronger stages, New York is a whole different beast. I got Nitty 2-1 for me personally. Rum Nitty 2-1. Clear. And if he does him like, if he just approaches this battle how he approached Daylight, lengthy rounds,
Yeah.
back to back bombs every round, even a larger straight and loaded Lux, if he just approaches it the same way as if Jay is one of them guys, and Jay is one of them guys, this should be clear 2-1 Nitty.
Yeah, and I think that, and again, we're talking about like what I'm saying, a guy that just coming off of like another all time performance against Daylight, in my opinion, and now he's like lining up like other major plates with Jada Nightwing and with Calico, which is about we can talk about a little bit later. But I feel like he's a guy that's been hearing like, yo, like I've been having a run. I feel like he's also a guy that's low key racking up some perennial wins and some perennial battles too. So I don't think he's gonna take Jay Light at all. So yeah. What's the next battle?
We can go T-Top or Hustle. I think we ain't talk about that at all.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of talked a little bit about it. I think it was primarily us just wanting different matchups. I don't necessarily know who I would have like T-Top to go against, but I know for sure I want to Hustle and
Red, sir. T-Top versus Red.
That's a good battle, actually.
Here he go.
But my only concern.
Damn right, here I go, Slow. You damn right, here I go.
But my only concern is that Red on a big stage, it can be shaky. But I mean, but that is a good battle, but I think I'm like that more in like a pit style area, like a volume or something like that. On Hustle's end though, I did want to see her versus like it kind of sucks that her and Presavia's not going down. Well, I mean, it's a blessing in disguise, honestly, because I wanted that for 3 rounds. But I would have liked her versus Prestavia on this card or her versus C3 on this card. But this is the battle that we got. I'm gonna go Hustle 2-1. I think she's just been more consistent. And like this year, she's just been killing it. Like her versus Hitman, lights out. And then a week later gives you the performance against Real Deal, incredible. You know what I'm saying? So I got Hustle 2-1. I do feel like T Top is extremely entertaining. But I do feel like he's also been pretty like slightly inconsistent in his recent battles from the back end of last year going into this year. And I don't think Hustle's gonna play with them. You said what, hardcore?
I just repeated what you said. You said inconsistent. What?
Yeah, T Top is like been slipping, choking in battles here and there. I mean, the J2 battle wasn't really a good look for him. I know he had like the moment against Wusa, but I thought he lost to Wusa as well too. So yeah, I feel like he's been a lot more inconsistent in these past.
He has. It's factual.
Yeah, so
I mean, I'll go. I know I haven't been the biggest fan of the matchup, to some people's chagrin, but I do have Miss Hustle winning clear. I do think that she's a more explosive battler, so I'd be more inclined, even without T Top's inconsistencies, to go for that. And if I'm correct, I don't know if she's been on both homecomings. I can't remember if she's on the first one, but obviously she battled Arse, and look at the way that she leveled that room.
fire.
I don't think
Yeah.
it's impossible for T Top to figure. I mean, I think that there's angles out there on Miss Hustle that you could try to create into something. So it's not that he doesn't have the ability to, but if I'm looking at their momentum right now, how she's been performing against the men in general, like there hasn't really been, even though I got her losing a couple of those battles, there's no like lack in this hustle performance or a moment where she just got cleared out like that. And I've seen that a little bit more often from T Top. So I got the utmost confidence there. I got her 2-1, and I really wouldn't be surprised if it was a 30 either. But like y'all said, I would have even taken Hustle and Jazz. Obviously, been crazy. I know her and Prestavia just got canceled. Shit, I would have taken that on Nome over this. Um, and as for T Top, I know it might sound crazy. His momentum's not great, but I would have even done T Top and Kid Slade. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. We got the matchup we got. I think Miss
Oh,
Hustle's
you
gonna
cooking,
win.
Smo?
Yeah, I think Miss Hustle's gonna win one way or the other. So
Yo, what's good, y'all?
what's poppin', Dutch?
Ain't shit, man. You was cooking there at the end with the T Top versus Kid Slade, my nigga. I ain't even gonna hold you, man.
Hey, Kid Slade shook New York. I know he's not in a position right now where I mean, he just got smoked by Twerk, but it's a better matchup though. Like that, I think that cultivates a better battle. But we're at
I
where we're
mean,
at.
yeah. We need to see Kid Slade back in rotation. Yo, I got Hustle 30, respectfully. Shout out to T Top and all that he's doing, all his endeavors with the with the league and shit that he's doing. But I don't think he should be doing no like cards coming up to this battle. Like he need to put all his focus in the fucking Miss Hustle. Like you don't take Miss Hustle and got other shit going on. Like that's stupid. Like I wouldn't do that at all. Hustle been wilding all year. You know what I'm saying? She's been wilding last 2 years, 3 years. You know what I mean? Like she just won one. So you know what I mean? I got Hustle. Real sad about the Prestavia thing. I don't know what the fuck happened. I just woke up. My fucking phone was exploding in my pocket. That shit was crazy. So you know what I mean? They need to figure that shit out because we need that one. That shit gotta happen. That shit gotta happen. But I got Hustle 3-0.
Yeah, I got Hustle 2 on 3-0. It shouldn't be a close battle, really. T Top, T Top will be okay. I feel like it's gonna be a repeat of what's been happening recently. Um, I just think he hasn't had time to really sit down and get back into form. So I feel like that's gonna be an indicator in this battle. Um, last time T Top was on a big stage was what, John John?
Don't remind us.
Yeah, so um but I'm excited to see what happens. I'm not as down on the battle as many people are. I feel like you put them two on a big stage at their best. It's a great quality battle. It's just the reality of what has happened. And Hustle. has just been in form, and her two battles this year versus Real Deal and versus Hitman are indicators of that. So yeah, it should be pretty clear.
Bad Money. Did you want to go?
I think this could potentially be like a sleeper battle of the night. A lot of people are counting this battle out. You know what I'm saying? I get why some people are not big on the battle or whatnot, but I think this battle is going to be a lot better than y'all think. And it's crazy. I see so many people counting T Top out. You know what I'm saying? I really was gonna go 2-1 either way, but with everybody counting T Top out, I'm gonna go with the bear.
You know what a gorilla would do to a bear?
Hey man, going with the bear.
Oh man, get the bear some help, man. Fuck you talking about?
Hardcore, go ahead.
A gorilla and a bear cousins. Yeah, everybody been sleeping on this one. Truthfully, this might be low key battle of the night. Just pay
It's not.
attention. Oh wow! When Bad Money just
Cut his
said
mic.
that, ain't nobody say that.
Cut his mic now.
It's not.
Cut my
Cut
mic.
his
Oh,
mic
cool.
now, bro.
No, I can't cut my mic. I'm just saying this low key could be a battle. I want to say on that. She the only female on here, so she definitely represent for the ladies. Now I mean, give it up for them. But
She's not the reason it won't be battle of the night, though, my nigga. It's not on her part.
I didn't say
Might
that.
get one of the rounds of the night from this shit. You know what I'm saying?
This is
I
definitely
think the angles are really gonna be a factor. They both got shit that they can angle each other about. You know what I'm saying? And what is T Top gonna do with Hustle's aggression? And she home. You know what I'm saying? So she about to set trip. You know what I'm saying? So
you're not tripping. Well, like I said, this is 2-1 either way. This is my battle of the night. I'm using my 2-1 call either way for this one right here, y'all.
Why would you waste it on this battle?
This was
This ain't
because
a debatable.
this is the last battle before the main event, and I picked something for everyone. This is definitely gonna be
That shit ain't
the end of the night.
debatable.
All right, well,
All right, King. Awesome.
like the battle of the night is rarely ever the battle that everybody favors. You know what I'm saying? Going into it.
That is true. That is
exactly.
true.
Y'all remember Rum Nitty versus Iron Solomon? Nobody predicted that to do what that did. This is one of those. Pay attention.
I could predict the battle of the night right now. I know what the battle of the night is gonna be. I'm pretty sure.
Is Tay Roc real sick?
What happened?
Tay Roc real sick?
Nah, I don't. I got Nitty and Jay the Nightwing as battle of the night.
See, Dutch, this is why you're late, man. No,
You
we already
spelled
said.
body of the night wrong as hell.
We already said.
What
Jay.
happened?
You spelled body of the night wrong as hell.
Body of the night. Who's getting bodied?
No, he said you spelled it wrong.
No. I don't see nobody's happening on that one.
Now I don't see Jay translating for 3 rounds for the NY crowd to make it a battle of the night. But I think this one will be.
Not against Nitty.
I don't think you've been watching Jay the Nightwing.
I've been watching Jay the Nightwing.
I don't think you've
This
been
is
watching
New
that
York.
nigga. Yeah, I mean, you know it's New York, so you know what New York
I'm
like, right?
saying
Bars, nigga.
Timberland boots and chopped cheese. You know what I'm
All right,
saying?
you think Jay the Nightwing ain't gonna translate on that stage? And I'm telling you, he is. This
Jay is
iteration
gonna
of
be
Jay,
good, bro. Jay is
this
gonna be
iteration of
good.
Jay the Nightwing is gonna work in New York, nigga.
Jay is gonna be good, but Nitty is gonna be clearly better, bro.
Yo, you're bugging, bro. I'm trying to tell, like, I don't know if you really been watching the nigga, son. Like, you really hearing what he's putting on paper? Like, you hearing that work?
I like Jay the Nightwing, but Nitty get plant one seed in the crowd head. You know what I'm saying about Jay the Nightwing, and this is New York. Boo
I ain't
RL.
gonna let you do this to me tonight, man. I really ain't. I'm not
How
gonna
much
let
more
y'all
you
do
think
this
to
to
you,
me.
brother?
I ain't gonna let y'all do this to me.
But I think Black already touched on T Top. I don't know if he touched on T Top and Hustle already, but
Pause.
on the battle, that's crazy. I don't know.
No, you should have started with Hustle, then T Top. Not if J Black touched on T Top.
T Top and Hustle. I got Hustle 2-1. Edge. I think a face off would be good for this because we got to know what lengths T Top gonna go. Is T Top gonna try to do his super angle route and be violate shit, talk about this, talk about that, or is it a heads up friendly matchup? I got to know what it is. But if I'm just free winging it, whatever it is, I'm going Miss Hustle 2-1.
It's going to be a lot of B word calling in this battle. Yep.
And T Top don't really have that many bad performances in New York. Like I know he has a couple big stage performances where he kind of looks crazy, like the Ill Will battle, the Tay Roc battles. Those were in Houston. But the only
The
time I really
Loso
felt like
battle.
the Loso battle was good. He was actually good in that battle. That was in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? But in New York though, the only time I felt like he really got like I wouldn't even say outclassed, but I feel like he kind of lost was the Goods battle. Suge was just explosive. So and and a lot of people think that battle was really close. But more often than not, on a big stage in New York, he's pretty solid. I mean, he gave you the math performance, the Av performance, shit like that. So
Surf happened in New York too.
Surf happened in New York too, and that was a really good performance. So he's usually really good. But I just the inconsistencies, man. I just he's been battling a lot more, and I'm not saying it's working to his detriment, but you can see the dip in like concentration and memorization and stuff like that. And I feel like we haven't really gotten that from Hustle. So I don't know, but I think we're on the Geechi and Rex.
Wait. I got one question.
Yeah.
He's throwing an event the day before.
That's what I said.
How does that work for him?
I
Yeah,
said
that's what
that,
I'm
Black.
saying. Like
my
no.
fault.
He's not rapping the day before though.
Still, you still running the league, man. That take a lot of effort and energy and you know what I'm saying, time and you know what I'm saying, all the preparation going into the you know what I'm saying, putting the event forward, like should be time that he's using to put towards defeating Miss Hustle. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't take Hustle and then have an event coming the day before. Like that is not smart business.
Yeah. Are we on the Geechi and Rex? This is the Black said this is the main event. I mean, it's billed as the main event, so I can't.
Oh, we did
say-
Rock and Real Sick first already?
Yeah, we already did. Oh, but I mean, yeah, if you want to do your
Okay.
spill really quick, you can go ahead.
Nah, I'll prefer to not even say nothing because I'm gonna get crucified if I say what I honestly believe. So
No, say it.
Free
Say it.
country.
Say it.
It's a free country. Say it, Dutch. Come on, we already know what you're gonna say. Real Sick with the 2-1 because he's home. Go ahead.
So gun titles, what up? You know what I'm saying? Like you know, y'all know how I feel about Rock. I think it's a dangerous battle for Rock. Honestly, I really do. I think Real Sick is doing some of the best rapping in battle rap right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like top 5, like really putting them verses together right now and shit. I don't know. Like I really do not know how this is gonna look. Like, cause it could look really, really bad in a sense for Rock, or it could look really, really bad in a sense for Real Sick. Like this could be Shine and Sick all over again. This could be fucking he could have Rock looking like A-Ward up here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like this motherfucker's nasty. So like he's gonna come up here and rap. He's not coming up there with no gimmicks and shit like that. He's coming up there to rap. You know what I'm saying? So this could be a very scary ass battle for Rock, I feel like. You know what I mean? Out the gate, I got it 2-1 Real Sick. I'm gonna be honest with you. I just think
Wow.
I think
What?
that yeah, so here's my
Hello?
reasoning behind it though. Here's my reasoning behind it, right? I think that Rock has rapped a lot of rap in battle rap, period. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he's really rapped a lot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? And I think there's a little bit of fatigue in Rock right now. Like I feel like, you know what I'm saying, Rock would really benefit in like just chilling and letting us, you know what I'm saying, letting us talk him up and letting us, you know what I'm saying, revere him in the godlike manner that he is, and then come back. You know what I'm saying? Go take some time and just rejuvenate, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I'm saying, like it's not like he's whack, you know what I'm saying, but I'm hearing from a lot of people, like, you know what I'm saying, when they hear Rock rap, they say like he's not as explosive as he used to be. He's not as crazy as he used to be and shit like that. And you know what I'm saying? Like I get where they're coming from in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Like some of it's like, yo, when you said everything, what more can you say? You know what I'm saying? Whereas
Shout
you
out
got
to
somebody
Hove.
with when you got Real Sick over here, like he's fresh on everybody's ears, basically. You know what I'm saying? And now he's coming in with he's punching and he's being witty and he's switching up the flow and he's got like mad substance to what he's saying. Like this nigga got like he got a lot. He's coming with a whole fucking lunch, man. Like this could be crazy. But in the same sense, I don't think that Rock can't fucking beat him. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not a situation where I feel like Rock gonna get dominated or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I just think that, you know what I mean? Like it might be rappers fatigue on us, you know what I'm saying? Where it just sounds like, all right, I heard this version of Rock. Like can Rock reinvent himself, you know what I'm saying, to go up there and give us some explosive shit on Nome. You know what I'm saying? Yes, he can, but will he? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I'm out the gate, I'm going with Real Sick 2-1.
I'm
Wait, I
honestly.
want to shout
Go
real
ahead.
fast. I
Go
want to
ahead. Go
shout
ahead. Go
out
ahead.
Dutch. I don't think he watched 2024 Battle Rap.
Who?
I don't think Dutch saw
Tay Roc in 2024.
2024. I thought he skipped a year in Battle Rap.
Boy, nigga, if you don't get the fuck out of here, man. Black.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I think no bullshit, Dutch. That might have been one of your more detailed breakdowns of this entire like champion gold existence. I'm not gonna
That's a
lie.
fact. That's a fact. And it wasn't biased, Lane.
I mean, considering he likes both battlers, I mean, it's it's much easier. But okay, all right.
Low
Yeah,
key, I ain't gonna lie. I think Rock is gonna have like a nostalgic type feel when he get in that building. Like you
yeah,
haven't seen Rock in a Gramercy in a minute.
yeah.
He didn't do the homecomings. Like it's kind of like damn. And it, wait, is there pay per view? No pay per view.
Yeah,
This
it's
pay
pay
per
per
view.
view.
It's pay per view. Oh, all right. I was about to say, definitely feel like it's probably gonna feel like the golden era again a little bit up there. Like just seeing him back in that environment in New York in that same venue, just like damn, it's been a minute since he been up here. Like at least to me,
Yeah,
Nah, I feel you with that. But the same, you know, like, you know, the thing about nostalgia and shit, you know what I mean? Like we see a lot of niggas come out and get that nostalgia round and shit like
this
that.
ain't
You
the
know what
same
I'm
type nostalgia game.
saying? You know what I'm saying?
This is a champion of the year type nostalgia. It's a different.
Listen, it's right.
It's
You
a
ain't got to tell
different.
me
It's a
about Rock. Come
whole
on.
different bag. It's a
You,
it's a
you,
whole
you
different
know,
hey,
y'all
bag.
ain't
that's
got to
great.
tell me about
Hey,
Rock.
Drew, I can picture your hands while you're doing the whole.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm
Oh
doing it.
man.
Hey, real quick, I don't want to veer off the topic again. Mr. J Black, sir, will you be free the Monday afternoon?
The next day,
Mr.
The
Black.
next day afternoon. I'm at next day afternoon.
Day after tomorrow, Black. Come on, man.
He probably getting his jerk chicken right now. So
You probably
Geechi Gotti versus Rex, please.
Oh, that's how we
This
doing it?
ain't Dutch. This ain't Dutch.
That's how we doing it?
Y'all clone Dutch, bro. And I don't know who this guy is.
the detailed
But he
breakdown,
said
right?
gun titles what up.
I
He said
started with
gun
gun
titles
titles
up and
with up,
started
so
speaking
don't
softly.
play with me, man. My affiliation
He
never
had
wavers.
gun titles in his name and he started speaking softly. This ain't the Dutch. I don't know what's going on in the battle rap no more, bro. I don't. I
yeah,
really don't.
yeah,
Sorry, I don't.
I never thought I heard Dutch say some shit like that either. Keep it a buck.
Listen, man. I'm not saying that Rock ain't gonna win the battle. I just right now I think Real Sick might edge it over him. That's all I'm
Yeah,
saying.
Mercury needs Gatorade. Yeah,
Ah,
y'all need to. y'all
ah.
tripping up here. Uh,
It's
Mr.
reverse
Black, sir.
psychology. I know what I'm doing.
Geechi Rex.
But Black, Drew had a question for you. He said, "Are you free? Are you gonna be free the Monday afternoon?"
He ignoring him.
No, I can't. I heard what Dree said, but Dree hasn't been the champion in so long. I can't like I don't
I'm.
understand that language. It's a different language for me.
Y'all see this, right? This is why I'm not here. I'm asking him the real questions. And he's just ignoring me.
Yeah, I can't. Is Dree speaking? I can't hear him because I just don't.
Wow!
That language, I don't
Wow!
speak.
Wow!
Is he speaking French or something? I don't like
No,
what.
no, no, no. I'm speaking complete English and shit like that.
You know I'm available, bro.
Okay. Okay.
Especially for you.
I appreciate that.
Hmm.
1000%. Yeah. I got some people to bring, if that's fine with you.
Well, who's that?
We'll talk.
Say less.
Y'all be safe in here.
All
These
right, for
friends piss
sure.
me off.
wait, wait,
Hey
wait, wait,
Tata.
wait, Dree, before you leave, Dree.
Yeah.
Rex or Geechi?
Uh Rex or Geechi. Matter of fact, Rex.
Mm,
Geechi said he owe Reed a bullet. We gonna holler about that too.
mm.
But hey Tata, how you been? The only reason I'm alive today is because Tata didn't kill me. But all right. Y'all be safe now.
You see me? Mm-hmm. So I got Geechi beating Rex 3-0.
Oh,
I ain't
come
seeing
on,
nothing.
Dutch. He was just doing so good. Come on,
Well,
Dutch.
well, well, well. Here's the thing, right?
Oh, man.
Here's the thing, right? I haven't seen anything from Rex that's making me feel like he's going to be able to beat Geechi. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and the last time we saw Geechi in New York,
Yeah.
you know, it was an outcome that he didn't, take too kindly to. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? He was out here saying that,
He beat
you know,
he beat
it
Serious
was
Jones.
gas and all types of shit. You know what I'm saying?
He beat
So
Serious
I
Jones
don't.
last time, Dutch.
Excuse me.
He beat
He's probably
Serious
he was.
Jones last time.
Yeah, but he's saying like ever since the Mook situation, like Geechi's been on this tour of just battling Harlem dudes and getting them out of here. So you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
and I like that Serious Jones battle wasn't even a fucking battle. Like that shit was a joke. Like Geechi beat that nigga and didn't bring no material to the fucking battle, like whatsoever. Like he came up there and really just, you know what I'm saying, played the dozens on that nigga on for 3 rounds. Like that shit was like I don't expect that from Geechi battling T-Rex. I think he respects Rex a little bit more than he does you know what I mean, Serious Jones. And I think that he understands that being in New York, you know what I'm saying? Like Rex, you know, quote unquote, got, you know what I mean, home field advantage or whatever, whatnot. But you know what I'm saying? That's only gonna last for so long if Geechi come in here and do Geechi Gotti things. You know what I'm saying? Like if Geechi comes in here on some Geechi Gotti shit, like, you know, 3-time champion of the year that he is and shit like that. I don't know if Rex is able to dip back into the bag of you know what I'm saying, when Rex was Rex. I don't know if he could get back to pre-Charlie clips.
Well,
I
well,
don't know.
well. To that point, though, I would say that like Rex has had a resurgence. Everybody's seen it. Everybody has loved it. My only caveat
I
is
told you he didn't watch 2024 battle rap. But go
No,
ahead,
I
bro.
did, but there
really
was a
quick,
lot of
really
cap
quick,
with that Rex shit. So you know what I'm saying? Like, all
really
right.
quick. My only caveat is that like all those like great performances, even if you want to throw Big K in there because he got a lot of love for that one, all of his best performances have not been on a big stage. In fact, you can argue, well, not argue, it hasn't been on a big stage. Like, even back in like 2021, like his best performance was against Easy. Then he went against Nitty on a big stage. What happened? 2022 did a really good job, or no, 2023, pardon me, did a really good job
Told Nitty
against
he
Big
was gonna
K.
rape him.
Big K goes on the stage against Chess, not so good, but in the small room, it's good. His entire run last year, the only time I felt like he really got outclassed was against Swamp on the big stage. I feel like it's becoming a pattern at this point. I also have Geechi Gotti 2-1 clear. I know it's in New York, and I know that he's gonna get a lot of love, 100%. But I am worried about just him like gassing out after the first round. I just don't think the momentum is the same when he's rapping on the big stage. The breath control ain't the same, and yeah, I think that Geechi's actually been on his square most of the year this year, and I don't see him
Mm-hmm.
taking his foot off the gas against Rex, right? So, and with him only having a few matchups left, I just don't see him playing with Rex at all. So I have Geechi 2-1 clear, honestly.
I really feel like he gonna pack a lot into the first round because he know that's the round that Rex is gonna try and come out and win. I feel like he gonna come out here to try and 30 this nigga. I really do.
I don't think Rex should have took this in New York during the Diddy trial. Like the jokes is finna fly. You know what I'm saying?
They're not gonna hit in New York though.
Yes, they are.
You you bugging.
You crazy.
You acting like niggas don't love Geechi in New York.
We
These
don't want
niggas love this nigga out here,
we don't
man.
want to hear nothing about Diddy.
You say that till he rapping the bars and he getting down to Marcos and shit. This
On
gonna
DeMarco
happen.
will be on the 1 and 2s. You right about that part.
Classic.
Rex gonna bring the whole Harlem with him. You know what I'm saying? Same way they was there for Mook. I don't know. I mean, this really depends on what Rex show up. You know what I'm saying? I like, even though it wasn't a big stage, I like Rex on the stage versus Bad News.
That was
You
a
know
good
what I'm saying?
performance, a great performance actually.
It was bad news though, y'all. Come on now.
But his
They ain't gonna
individual
do that.
performance
This
was
was
really
bad
good.
Come on
news
now,
before
man.
the snitching, you know what I'm saying, was exposed.
I was gonna say that even if he wasn't called a snitch, it was bad news, but nigga, like that nigga not good.
But even still, Rex's
But it
individual
still was
performance
Rex's
against Bad
performance more
News
than
was really
anything.
good. Yeah.
I got this thing, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you battle niggas and they're bad and you look good, like I don't hold that much to it because 90% of that is that nigga's so ass you look good.
Damn. Well, you really didn't see 2024 battle rap because Bad
Yeah.
News was pretty solid in 2024. He wasn't.
You telling me Bad News was solid in 2024 make me feel like you never watched battle rap ever in your life. That nigga Bad News has never been solid. Nigga, fuck are we talking about?
That's
That
the
nigga's
Dutch I got.
trash. That nigga is ass, son. Always been.
Bad Money. Who you got between Geechi and Rex? I'm sorry.
I got Gotti. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to bet against Rex in New York, you know what I'm saying, with Mook and the whole dot mob on stage and all of that, but I feel like he might gas out at the one round. You know what I'm saying? Like, to bring up the point that whatchamacallit, I think Lang said, or whoever it was that said whatchamacallit, the only big stage performance he had last year was versus Swamp. You know what I'm saying? And he gassed out in the first round of that battle.
Wasn't that in the pit?
You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
it was
So,
it was on the stage.
but I got Geechi taking
It
it.
was
You
on
know what
the
I'm
stage,
saying?
but they was just the only two people on the stage for their battles.
Yeah. So yeah, I got Gotti taking that battle though.
We know hardcore guy Rex. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. But I'll tell you
Surprise,
this much.
surprise.
Facts. I'll tell you this much though. That's gonna be the second best battle of the night. That's my second battle of the night right there.
Ain't no fucking way that's gonna be the second battle, best battle of the night.
Stay tuned.
You doing drugs?
No, Clone Dutch. I'm not doing drugs, but I'm just saying that's going to be the second best battle of the night. At the end of the night, it's going to be 2-1 either way when you leave the building. Like, damn, I
Not a fucking
can't
chance.
call that one. All right. But I got Rex on my prediction 2-1.
And we also know that Black has Rex 2-1 as well too.
Oh, Jay Black doing drugs.
Why you say that?
Oh well, you know, you have a pattern.
Break it down. I love to hear this.
No. You have a pattern, and you know you have a pattern.
I need to hear it.
Gotti also got motivation too.
No, that's a fact. And one thing I will say about the Geechi and Mook battle, I know that it's labeled like a clear win for Mook, and I do think it is a clear win. I don't think, for one, I don't think it was a 30. In fact, I think it was low key competitive going into the third. I thought Geechi actually took the second against Mook. So
He did.
I don't even feel like that was a situation where like Geechi got completely mollywopped or anything like that. I do feel like he slipped up in the third and still could have won the battle. Besides that, though, like, yeah, the ammunition and the motivation since then has been kind of crazy. Like Jay Mills on a big stage, handle business. Sirius Jones, and then shout out to France once again. He mentioned how like Geechi's really only had one loss against Harlem, and that's Mook. Everybody else, even before then, had ice. Him and K Shine's debatable, you know what I'm saying? Like his record against the Harlem folks are actually pretty good. You know what I'm saying?
But
And on top of that, there's a lot to talk about in regards to Rex affiliation. I'm a civilian. I don't really want to say much, but I know Geechi has plenty to say. So yeah.
but also he can't go up there and lose to a New York nigga right now. After what the Joey Badass just did to the West Coast.
Oh man,
That's
talk about it.
that's crazy.
Talk about it.
He can't fly from Cali, I'm saying, and lose to a New York nigga right now. Come on, man. He got to get some
Talk
type of
about it.
retribution.
Especially after coming out the gate saying daylight shit was ass. Like he gotta come out here and perform now.
Yeah, man.
I'm a little confused because I thought Geechi and Rex rep NY.
No.
That jacket definitely was repping NY. You're right, Black.
So if I was to ask Geechi Gotti, does he rep NY? You think he gonna say no?
Does he rep NY?
Does he rep New
He gonna
York?
say yeah.
Yeah, he stayed there.
Okay.
All right, come on, son. Like, just, all right, Black.
She missing the punchline already. Like,
What's the point of that? What's the point in that?
it's two people that rep NY. That's all I'm saying.
What's the point of that?
See, I'm way too advanced for these
I'm just
niggas, and
speaking.
I'm
I'm
mad.
speaking. I can't speak facts.
Nah.
But with that being said, my pick is Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you,
Yeah.
Black. We hear you, Black.
I actually have Geechi Gotti
Okay.
to Rex.
All right.
I think one of the reasons Murder Mook did so well against Geechi Gotti. I think that was the very next battle. Was it the very next battle? Oh, not the very next one, but Loaded Lux. They felt like Loaded Lux got did dirty in LA. They haven't been in New York in a while. It's homecoming. So I think there was an advantage. Even though Murder Mook was good, I think there was an advantage there.
He asked for it.
Yeah. And New York came alive. I feel like they showed out a little bit. I don't think Rex had the same advantage that Mook had. And I think on a bigger stage too. Well, I'll find out the day of. I mean, on that day, New York was like, "Yo, man, fuck this nigga." What they do, Rex gonna show up. Rex gonna do what he do and take the win home. But for me personally, right now, I gotta get you guys 2-1.
Yeah, Mook done used up the pop smoke for pop
Get you
smoke
2-1.
shit.
Edge.
All right, not so much on Murder Mook now, y'all. Relax.
I gave him praise.
Yeah,
He won the battle, clearly.
yeah. No, I think that again, I think that Geechi has just been on a killing spree when it comes to going against like other Harlem people. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, this year he's actually been all right. I mean, I thought he was serviceable against 40. You know, I thought he was good against Steams. I really liked him versus Active as well too. So he hasn't really been in cruise control like that. You know what I'm saying? So,
So y'all
and
saying
again,
Geechi record against the guard tier is 1-1.
I
is
mean,
that
he
what?
lost to Hustle, but he was good against Hustle. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hustle guard
Him
tier?
and Hustle was a good battle, honestly. So
yeah, that's what I said. Like, he
Hustle
lost to
guard
Hustle.
tier though? Is she
He was
guard?
good.
Debatable.
Oh, you saying Harlem?
You said the Geechi and Hustle's debatable.
Yes, sir.
it's a close battle. It's a
I,
close battle.
I don't deny that. I
And true, and like I mentioned for Geechi, it's like he only has like a couple of matchups left, and he mentioned Reed, he mentioned Rex. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think he's gonna play with those matchups. So
he got more than just fucking Reed and Rex left
no.
on
But
him.
I'm saying like the matchups. He said Iron as well too, but I'm saying like the matchups that are like
That
actually
matter
like
to him.
attainable. You know what I'm saying? Like those are the two that like
The
big
ones that matter.
ones.
Okay, yeah. I got you.
And the real
Got you.
sick too gotta happen.
I like him in Real Sick, but I think that
Like that. For Geechi.
yeah. Then we it's a shame that Smo not here because he was rejoicing just on yesterday and the day before that. But we got another announcement. We got Cal and Nitty, the long awaited battle. How y'all feel about that battle?
I heard about that. I got 82-1. I don't. It's not a battle I'm excited about. I'll say that. I'm not really excited about that battle. But I got Nitty 2-1. I think that
Yeah, somebody call Snow ASAP, please.
Nitty's, a little bit more explosive than Cal is. And people say Cal rap real well. Like, you know what I mean? He gonna flow, he gonna flow and have some great pockets, but I don't think substance wise and material wise he got enough to fuck with Nitty. I just don't think it's there. So I got Nitty 2-1.
I got Nitty 2-1 as well too. But my only thing is though is that like I do feel like when Nitty does lose battles, it's typically when he does get out rapped. I think him and Lux is extremely debatable, but I think a huge reason as to why people have Lux beating him is because like the pockets and the way that like Lux was able to structure his material. And when we talk about best pure rappers, I think Cal fits that description. I think he is in that conversation. But I do think that with all things considered, I think Chilla alluded to the fact that this will be a big stage type battle. Um, and I feel like Cal is another individual who probably is prospering. His style probably prospers better in a pit style where he can get through all the stuff he needs to get through, even though he's had good big stage performances recently. Um, so yeah, I'm taking Nitty 2-1. And I think this is another statement battle for Nitty because, like, if you think about all the people that he wanted to face but didn't face because they found a way to kind of downplay him, I think Verb was one of them. I think Cal was one of them. And I don't think he's going to take that too kindly. I think that for the amount of time he had to wait for this battle, he's going to show up and show out. So I got Nitty 2-1 as well too against Cal.
I'm a reserve judgment on this battle until the full card is announced. I'll just say that this is a battle that Cal has won it since 2017. Actually, I think Nitty might have called him out at Summer Madness 6 before he responded in his battle with Briz. I was there pretty drunk, so I can't really remember. But I kind of want to, you know what I'm saying, like go back into the history books and, you know what I'm saying, do my homework before I make a final determination on this battle because there's a lot of factors that go into this at the end of the day. So I don't know. I'm a
Hey,
wait.
yo, Bad Money. Who raps better? It's called battle rap. Who raps better? Rum Nitty, 30 against Cal. Sorry, Cal.
Calico raps
He
better.
rap good, but I ain't lied yet.
You can't say who raps better. Like
Ken,
there's
it's
so
called
many.
battle rap. It ain't called battle truth or lies. It's called battle rap. You can.
Okay, but rap is one component.
Oh man. The same way niggas that think Calico was gonna walk in there and beat the shit out of Math in his prime.
Oh shit! Now we taking it
I'm not
there. All
gonna do
right.
this, man. I'm gonna reserve judgment until get closer to the battle and the whole card is announced. You know what I'm saying, so I can weigh the battle properly.
But I will say that like that is a bomb. Like Nitty and Cal is a huge bomb. I think that you're catching Nitty at a great time, and truthfully, I'm glad that Cal gave us the performance against Swamp because it was looking shaky for him for a little bit. I think the Reed performance wasn't good, and you have the Reed and John back to back. It was shaky, but I think he bounced back real strong in the Swamp battle. But then again, it's like if it is a big stage, I don't know. I think Nitty would have the edge in that environment.
I know a smack crowd do love them some Calico though, so you know what I mean. Like
You said smack crowd. This ain't smack crowd.
Facts.
oh, I'm bugging. I'm bugging. I thought
Yeah,
this
bro.
was
We
known.
it's a whole different card now
It's gonna
because
be
of the
Houston.
situation.
It's gonna
I
be
don't know how that.
Houston.
I don't know how that's gonna be. Then I really don't know.
Houston is very receptive to everyone's style, low key. You just have to really execute it well. I've seen them go crazy for Pat Stay, RP Pat Stay. I see them go crazy for John, K Shine, Sue Surf, Geechi, Lux. They go crazy for anyone that just performs well. You know what I'm saying? So I think it being in Houston is actually great because you can have like a bunch of different type of battle rappers still perform at the highest level.
Hey,
Um,
Lane, can I
But
ask you a question
if you
about that?
listen to those names you said, John, K. Sean, like you know what I'm saying, Sue Surf, all of those niggas have super explosive components to they rounds.
but I also
I never see that with Calico.
But I also said Verb and Lux as well too. You know what I'm saying? People that are a little bit more like aren't
Super
necessarily the back to
explosive
back
too.
punchers. And another thing I was gonna mention is that and another reason why I'm kind of even more comfortable with saying Nitty is because Nitty is like crazy in
Super
Houston.
explosive.
Like, well, not just explosive, but just crazy in Houston. Like, he can give you his second round versus Shine. Honestly, I think his performance against Surface aged beautifully as time has went on too. Him versus Ace Amin in Houston was insane. Like, and then him versus Daylight just recently was crazy. You know what I'm saying? So like
You
his
forgetting Nitty choked 2 times in Houston?
that is true, but he
I'm
was
out of
still
here, man. Y'all have a blessed night.
have a good one. But he
Bad
was
money for you.
he was still really good in those battles though. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like the Daylight joint, the Shine, you know what I'm saying? Like he's historically good in that area. So yeah, I'm comfortable with Nitty against Cal.
I mean, I don't know how Cal is gonna look there because, like I said, all the people that you said is got explosive components to when they rap. You know what I'm saying? Like even the verb nigga and fucking, you know what I mean, can have explosive parts to him when he's rapping. You know what I'm saying? Like I just don't see that from Cal. Like Cal, like I've never seen like something really explosive from Cal. It's just like it go together and it work and it's like damn, that's some good rapping, but it's never explosive.
So again, I want to double down and triple down my theory that he hasn't watched 2024 battle rap
What the fuck did Cal say that was explosive?
against Swamp.
I'm waiting.
Yeah, go ahead, Black, because
I
I'm
thought
lost
the
on this one
verbatim. I
too.
I'm
thought
waiting.
verbatim, but against Swamp, bro.
I'm waiting. What was
So
explosive?
he didn't say nothing. He said nothing explosive against Swamp. That's that.
Explosive?
And so that's what you buck.
Explosive, like
You buck.
22 tools and keep bringing them out, give niggas a reasonable doubt like that.
He's a
Explosive.
puncher. Kyle's a rapper. But at the end of the day,
So
he said some
you saying what
explosive
I'm
shit
saying?
versus
You saying what I'm saying? Then Black, I just said
he,
that. I just said
he's
that.
no. What I'm saying is he said some explosive shit versus Calico, versus Swamp.
What is? I'm asking you. Was it explosive like that? Like what Nitty did?
Actually, yeah, it was.
What was it? Because I didn't hear it.
I'm away from my laptop. I get my laptop.
Because I know you got the notes. So let me hear it.
Okay, but I'm next to my laptop.
Hit your meta glasses. Your meta glasses got it right.
Did you see that battle?
I saw the battle.
And you feel like out of that whole battle, nothing explosive.
I didn't think. I don't think Cal is explosive. I didn't see nothing explosive. Nothing made me take my hat off and scratch my head, nigga.
I rest my case, brother.
But
that's recent too. That's recent. That's crazy.
Yeah, nah, he was pretty dope against Swamp. I ain't gonna lie, but love
I
y'all.
had a
You gotta
winning against
go.
Swamp. I didn't think he
Hope
was
you have a good
explosive though.
evening. I'm out. I'll talk to y'all later.
All right, bless, man.
Oh God.
I reserve my right to pick at this particular time.
You doing bullshit.
December, so I'm gonna hold off my opinion until I see further things. For now, actually, we're gonna revisit this. We're gonna put the Murder Mook and Hitman Holla as well as this.
Oh, I got some thoughts
Soul
on that.
situation. All right.
I got some thoughts on that one.
I think it is time. It's been since 4 p.m. to now. So I want to bless y'all. Appreciate y'all for rocking out.
Yes, sir.
All right.
J
Salute
Black,
to
keep doing your
LCBR.
thing, K. Keep doing your thing,
LCBR.
player.
Salute to 3 Letterman as well. You know what I'm saying? Salute to everybody in the building. Appreciate y'all. We out, man. Champion.